everybody. Welcome back to Vaccine Flavored Retroverse. Last time we played, everybody had just did their interview and test trial for how they do at their jobs as, what was it? I don't remember the name of it. But as individuals that are going out and finding corruption and trying to stop it and save people, and working for an individual that you know as the programmer, but who Sammi knows as Professor Shockner. You guys have just spent the last day or so recovering after that experience, which was a little traumatic, although completely... it was a virtual reality set, so you guys didn't really, you were in no danger of dying, but you did genuinely take hit point damage and were sickened by simulated radiation poisoning.
And got very sleepy.
Yes. And by now you guys have probably spent a couple of days setting up your apartments and moving all of your stuff and the various different minutiae involved with that. And you guys are about to start your first day on the actual job. Would you guys all walk in together, or how do you guys arrive for your first day of work?
Well, if Sammi knows where everybody lives, she will knock on everybody's door with breakfast in hand.
Oh, well, now, do come in.
I just thought that you might need some food, so we can go and start crime fighting. It's gonna be great.
Right. I love the enthusiasm, and also the donuts.
Actually, they're biscuits and omelets.
Boy, never have my eyes so deceived.
She's well prepared and well equipped.
Well, this is delightful. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
You smell something sour from my room, my apartment, and I'm like, oh, you made breakfast too. I made cookies inspired by you.
Sour cookies?
What?
It smells sour.
I'm pretty sure I used sugar.
She'll eat them anyway.
You should. Okay.
Make con save.
What did you make the cookies out of?
I don't know. I just rolled a survival check, and they got a 1 total. So, yeah.
Serious food poisoning. That's great.
It's just salt bomb. Like, you bit into it, and it was, like, literally taking a bite of the desert. Like, you've never been to the desert, but you imagine this is what licking the desert would taste like.
Wow.
Camera.
Camera. Fuck.
Nope.
That is your keyboard. There it is.
Yeah.
There's that one.
A very blurry one.
Get it out.
She will bite it, and she will look at you and be like, "Delicious."
Just wait till he turns around to get his coat and then like spit it into the potted plant.
She'll just try her best not to let him know that it's not good.
You swear you can see it's kind of smoky in his apartment.
Oh God, yes. Cookies made out of salt would definitely smoke.
Is everything all right in there?
Everything's just fine.
Yeah, it seems to be burning. You might want to turn off the oven.
These ones look like cookies this time. I'm getting better.
How about when we get back home, I will show you how to make proper cookies.
And I'll share you my secret recipe.
I must say, I admire your tenacity. I mean, neither death nor fire can stop your enthusiasm.
They seem fine to me, and they just disintegrate to ash the second they make contact with them.
Why do both of your characters have things disintegrate into ash when they eat them?
That is a weird thing. Both of them have that.
I don't know what you're talking about another character, but that does seem oddly coincidental.
I just feel like we're all characters in a greater story.
They probably look like lemon cookies, but Barkley's like, see, they're a son. You know,
Oh my
inspired by
god,
you.
that's so cute.
Sammy just like tears up a little bit, like, oh, so cute.
I will share them with the rest of everybody. And he puts them all in a Tupperware container with wax paper. You know, he actually like takes care of them very well, like you're supposed to with cookies, where he has like each layer individualized with wax paper, and he just brings the Tupperware container.
Sammy will go and like cup the rest of them too.
Okay.
But what time is it? Isn't like very early? I don't want to go
Probably.
to work.
Yeah, I mean, like, how far away are we actually, like, our
Um,
apartment from the
So
office?
you're supposed to be starting at 9 is when he asked you guys to show up. It would probably take about maybe 15, 20 minutes or so to walk from where you are to the elevator, and you're taking several different elevators because it's not necessarily one that goes straight up. You get onto one and then go over and then do another one.
Oh, so there's not an express. Okay.
No,
They're-
unfortunately.
They're not Willy Wonka ones where they like go,
Some of
go
the
up and
really,
then-
really high tech and fancy high rises in New Red Ami have teleportation elevators. This one does not. This is a little older building, and it's actually a fire suppression thing. May or may not have read a lot about fire suppression stuff in skyscrapers today because I'm a giant nerd.
Love it.
This building has 300 floors. And
Wow.
yeah, it's a bit. And the office that you guys were on last time was on floor 285.
Ooh.
You guys get on the elevator and there are like all manner of people get on and off. There's a group of like this little gnome family, which like when you first get on, you're like, are they all children? And then the one woman turns around and she's like this really, really old grandmotherly face, but she has her little hair up in pigtail buns, so you couldn't really notice until she turns around. And she sort of course sees all of you and is, because I imagine you guys are all armored up and ready for your
Sekhmet
job.
No,
Sekhmet
no.
just put a jacket over his nightgown.
Looks at you guys. Hi.
He's
Hello.
wearing a dress, so like, she's wearing normal ass clothes.
Okay. What are each of you wearing? So we've got normal dress, nightgown, and jacket.
Um,
Of course.
Simon didn't see that there was a dress code, so he kind of he came casual. So he's got himself a t-shirt on and a long loose cardigan and some really really voluminous kind of baggy pants.
Okay.
And sandals.
Barkley wears that one light armor that looks like normal clothes, but it's armor. So he's
Okay.
just in his basketball jersey and basketball shorts and his air pumped sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get those extra pump ins for that higher jump.
Exactly.
I'll be wearing.
Can I ask, is the nightgown, is it like full blown Scrooge or is it just like a t-shirt kind of situation?
Full blown Scrooge.
Yes, wonderful.
Nightcap and all, huh?
No, not nightcap. He left that at home.
I love it.
You can stash booze in there though.
Who says he isn't?
But he left it at home.
Yeah, he forgot it.
Do you need some pants or something? Like, are you okay?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, just making sure.
I brought an extra pair of jogging pants just in case we do jogging today.
I mean, if you're giving them out, I wouldn't mind accepting.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining this skeleton in basketball shorts with like a gigantic gym bag over his shoulder.
Actually, probably, yeah. Actually, where do you think he had the swimsuit? Where do you think he has the... Where do you think he has it?
Underneath this other
Okay, where do you think he has it currently?
Fair.
Fair.
So he's like, okay, and he hands you a triple extra small yoga pants.
He's gonna put him over his shoulder.
You see, there's some brand that's for Restless, so the waistline is like spinal cord.
He'll figure out some way to wear these.
They're like booty shorts on you.
So what's Crypto in?
Crypto is definitely wearing something pretty close to like what Scotty drew for him, where he's in his city camo pants. He's wearing just his high top shoes. He is wearing a black t-shirt today, and he's wearing his armor, which is closer to like a tuning vest from Naruto, like so. Just kind of thicker, almost. I guess it's technically ring mail, but so he's just got his sleeves sticking out, and he's got that thicker armor on his torso.
Nice.
And
Cyclops glasses on top of his head for now.
and Daiyo?
So I'll be dressing formal, so black one-piece swimsuit and a bow tie.
I love it.
Excellent.
I say
Perfect.
you're expecting to be swimming today.
Yeah, of course. I expect to swim every day.
Should I brought my swimsuit?
Yeah,
I didn't pack that. Oh god.
I only have swimsuits actually.
Hmm.
I love it.
I am worried about you guys.
So as you guys were taking this long elevator ride, so the kids were sort of like bickering amongst each other. It looks like one of them has like a little handheld game, and the others keep like trying to climb over each other's shoulders and tell them how to play it. And so one of them sort of gets shoved to the side and is like bored and looking around, and just sort of sees Bark, and is just staring for a second, and then like starts smacking the brother gnome beside him. And the kid's still playing the game, so he's just like, "No, leave me alone, leave me."
Wait,
The kid's like,
these are gnome children.
they are. They
How-
are
how tall?
Tiny.
How tall are they? Like a foot?
The tallest probably reaches your knees. They are minuscule. Yeah, you're guessing they're the equivalent to what would be like maybe 8 or 10 for humans, but they look to be the size of toddlers, of human-sized toddlers. And the one kid sort of was like looking at you and like, are you him? Are you on the Restless team?
Yes, I am
And
the star.
mother is sort of like, no, stop! You don't talk to strangers. Leave him alone. He's busy.
Yes, I am Barkley, star of the Jolly Rogers.
You say that, and like half of the kids immediately look up. Like the one that's playing the game is just like, what? And one of the other kids is like, haha, mine, and snatches it and runs to the other end of the elevator. They are predictably enthralled and do ask for your signature.
Is he
Um,
famous? I didn't know he was famous.
He
What?
has the prodigy background.
sorry to add more to your to these NPCs that we probably will never see again on the elevator. But what kind of shirts are the kids wearing? What color? You can just throw
It
random
looks like
colors.
they're all different colors. You're guessing, looking at them, they're like all very bright, different colors, and there's like 5 of them and the mom. You're guessing it's the bright, different colors so that she can find them easily when they get lost in the mall, because she can't really rely on their height.
Yeah.
Okay. Barkley gets
That's why
into
you get leashes for them.
he gets a
Mhm.
he opens up the side pocket in his gym bag, and he knows just a bajillion different kinds of colored pens. And he just takes out a few highlighters because that seems to match their shirts the best. And he signs whatever they want with highlighters.
Yes. They are absolutely delighted. And then they keep like going and showing, like, look at mine. Oh, he signed him the same, but look at mine, I got it. Cool. They are absolutely thrilled and talking your ear off. It's kind of getting to the point where, because like as you guys are going, there's more people getting on the elevator, and this family's still there. So at a certain point, this like poor little woman is stuffed into the corner with a bunch of other medium-sized people and this gigantic horde of children. And eventually they all get off, and she actually shakes your hand. She thanks you. She says, I'm sorry, I don't know you, but they seem really impressed, and you were very kind to them, so I thank you for that.
No problem.
And she gets off, and as you're going further up, people are getting off. By the time you get up to about the like 250 floor, the only people in the floor or on the elevator with you are like really wealthy businessmen. And like this one elf who's got this like big luscious fur lined spotted like leopard print coat and like this obnoxiously huge and boisterous hat. Looking at her, you can tell she's definitely maybe not a celebrity, but probably like some kind of fashion designer. She definitely is in the know. And she's sort of just like watching all of you, not really saying anything, just looking up every now and then from her phone at you guys.
Sekhmet
I'll wave.
staring at her hat.
It's kind of hard not to, because every time she moves too quickly, it does bump you in the face.
He wants it.
Is she like, my eyes are down here?
She's not really. She seems like she's just curious about you guys. Particularly the one that she recognizes. She's kind of like just watching Barkley, wondering what he's doing in this place, because she doesn't understand. There's not really a sports influence in this building much. And he's one of those faces. He's one of the few people that people pretty regularly recognize. You know, the equivalent of finding Michael Jordan in your elevator on your way to work.
It's pretty hard to mistake a diamond-encrusted skeleton with a gigantic afro.
That too.
That's a fair point.
The afro.
Oh, so I see her eyeing me, right? I go, I see that you recognize my fashion sense as I floof my fro.
No, she actually laughs. She says, I wouldn't necessarily call it fashion sense. I mean,
I think it looks great.
I guess the shoes are nice, but I mean, are you going to the courts today, or are you here on business, or
We're going to work.
Mhm.
what are you guys doing on the upper floors of this building?
What does
we
that mean?
Working, obviously.
We don't know.
No, I don't. She's like, I don't mean to be rude. I typically know everybody in this building, and I feel certain I would have recognized you guys.
We're new.
Yeah, we just started today.
Oh, really? Where are you working?
We're working with the doctor. Doctor, insert name here.
What?
His name is Professor Schockner. She's sort of the doctor. I mean, there are plenty of doctors in the building. Which one were you? Do you know a name?
We were hired as corruption wardens.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That is interesting.
Sekhmet's been digging through the many pockets of his
Please
jacket.
tell me behind her, Sammi, behind this woman, Sammi is doing that with all four arms.
Cookie?
What does that even mean?
He offers the lady a cookie. It has his face on it. It's one of the ones with his face on it.
Maybe she would prefer one of the other ones.
Oh, sorry. He pulls out a basketball one.
She doesn't seem phased. She genuinely looks like she likes it. It's a little weird.
What species is this person?
Elf.
She's a high elf. Either she has some very strange taste, or she's the best damn liar any of you have ever met. You're probably bargaining on the last one.
I was gonna say high elves. I'm gonna guess the second one.
Well, Sekhmet's gonna fiddle through his pockets, and he's gonna pull out a card that has a picture of him going, and on it's gonna be, "You found a jerk, call the Merc," and his phone number.
Oh wow!
I want this.
Oh my God! Yes.
I want to make this.
I mean, we are corruption wardens, but that doesn't mean we aren't out for other work as well. He's gonna offer her the business card.
Oh my
It was
God.
you found a jerk. That's a merc.
If you found the jerk, call the merc.
I love it.
I like it.
Yeah, no, she says that is an interesting one. If I ever find need, I will definitely give you guys a call. And the elevator sort of thing. She says, "This is my stop. Unfortunately, it was lovely meeting you guys."
I'm sorry, madam. I didn't get your name. What are you? Who are you?
Give me 1 second while I pull up my notes.
Azarek.
Yeah,
Always
nailed
be
it.
prepared.
What was that lich elf's name in Trackless Sea?
Shadow Mantle.
Bob.
Victoria Shadow Mantle,
Scariest
I
name
think.
possible. Is her name really Victoria Shadow Mantle?
I forget her first name, but her last name is Shadow Mantle, yes.
That is the most obviously evil sounding name ever.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty dark. I like it.
It's either a bad guy or like an edgy like YA novel main character.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Anti-hero style protagonist.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
welcome to D&D novels, and they have to make a name for this lich.
Oh yeah.
I just call him dead.
Re-dead.
Let's just get stitches.
She says that her name is Shayera Winter.
It's very nice to meet you.
You too. Well, have a good day and good luck at work.
Well, thank you.
And the floor that she gets out on is just this like really beautiful open plan office that you can see there are just models walking back and forth. There are people with like piles of like bags. It's very clearly like maybe the home base of like a fashion magazine or something like that.
Oh, is she like an Elvish Anna Wintour or something?
Say that again.
Is she like an Elvish Anna Wintour or something?
A little, yeah.
Okay. Does she have the ridiculously big glasses?
She does not have the ridiculously big glasses, just a ridiculously big hat. Basically, like an elven, a little bit more friendly looking Cruella de Vil.
Okay.
That's actually who I was imagining, or what's her name in the Devil Piranha movie, or whatever.
Yeah. I have a, definitely very Devil Wears Prada. I have a art picture that inspired her, but I'll send it to you guys later. But after her floor, it's actually you guys are just alone for the like next 10 or so floors up to 285 where you guys first got off. And when you arrive in the lobby, it's exactly the same except it's dark and only the emergency lights are on. And Ruby is sort of sitting on the desk scrolling through her phone when you guys arrive, or scrolling through her tablet when you guys arrive.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Morning. And she sort of like gets up and, oh yeah, no, it's fine. Shall we? And she points directly back to the elevator that you guys just got off. The elevator, it does go up to floor 300. You guys just haven't been up there. And when she gets in, she actually it doesn't push a button. She just says floor 287, please. And the doors automatically close and start to go up. The light though doesn't light up.
At this point,
you guys.
At this point, Barkley conjures up his basketball, and it's constantly spinning on his index bone finger.
Oh my God, is that his like nervous tick?
No, it's just we've just been.
Oh, he's just bored.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to mention that when everyone walked into the office, Sekhmet kind of dropped back because he was gonna walk in late, and then everyone came out.
So like you're the last one to get off the elevator, and then Ruby just gets on the elevator, and there's this awkward moment where you're like, oh, okay.
He's the early one.
She's like, I'm watching you, mister.
So you guys go up just one floor. And the elevator opens to reveal like a dusty, half renovated room. lit only by like these heavy construction flood lamps and floating magical glow globes. And she says, we're taking the stairs from here, and leads you to the building's like concrete stairwell. But right before the to get into the stairwell, most of these, because like you guys moved in the other day, you know where all the exit stairwells are and everything. Each of them has like a little keypad, but this one is clearly much more advanced than yours. Yours has like a number pad. This one has the number as well as a hand scanner.
Oh boy.
And she keys in a code, scans her hand, and then leans down to scan her eye. And the door, this heavy metal door opens with like a hiss of pressurized air. And she leads you up 8 more floors before stopping at floor 295. And does the same thing again. Sekhmet asked if he can try and memorize the code. And I will say yes, and I will tell you what the code is later, because I actually had one written down, but I don't have it in these notes here.
All
Could
right,
have
cool.
14 passive have gotten that for me as well?
Not quite. You, actually, I'm going to say Sekhmet and whoever wants to actually see the code can go ahead and roll a,
Come on, guys, it's the
check.
first day on the
Oh.
job. You're trying to breach security.
Listen,
wasn't
this may come up. Like
We might have to get back in there later, and she might not be available.
he has a robotic hand for a reason. Like,
So
what-
go ahead and roll perception scores then for whoever wants to see it.
all
I
right.
will once I get my crap.
Such a bad perception. Hey, I got a 19.
Hey! How do you have a bad perception with a robot eye?
I have a +1. He doesn't pay attention to things. That's why he has a robot eye. Like,
He just chooses not to.
It's like one of those things, like you record all of the stuff so you can go back and look at it and you just
All right, I got a 16.
Okay. You're trying, and the way she's doing it, she's done it so often, she zooms through it, you don't notice it. Sekhmet, you just catch it. You're pretty sure you've got it down, but it was quick. She clearly is very concerned with trying to keep this under lock and key.
I'd also like to say that I've memorized her. Wait, I have that spell, right? Let me take a double look.
Just say, is that what-
Yes, I've memorized her face for the quick mask spell.
Okay, cool. I would say you can do that. Yeah, you've interacted with her a couple of times. No. And you guys go up those 8 floors in the stairwell before you enter a lab that is just stark white floors and counters surrounded by massive open windows that look out to the city. And it is a gorgeous view, except that it's partially covered with like posters and charts and blueprints that are just like straight up scotch taped to the windows. And you see the programmer, Professor Schockner, sort of like bent double over a counter working on something currently with his back to you.
Professor?
And Ruby just sort of like waves you in.
We have arrived.
Morning, Professor.
Good morning.
Oh yes, hello.
Some amazing chef made cookies.
Really? Yes, I'd love to try them.
Hands you one with his face. The one that the lady did not have before.
Sarah in the back, just like no.
He doesn't even notice you, Sammy. He just is like, cookies, yes, and is
How do
on
you
it.
not know he's a giant 7'5" lady?
Yeah, he went directly from what he was working on, and Barkley was the first one in the room, so he already has his hand in the container, pulling one out when he sees you and goes to bite into it. That's an interesting recipe.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's not bad.
Right. The secret ingredient is love.
Sammy cried.
Secret ingredient is salt.
No, that's the base.
much of a chef, but I don't think he used salt to make cookies.
Oh, you do.
Put a little bit of salt to give it a little bit of flavor, but you usually use sugar.
That's what that flavor is. I should-
Baking soda.
I like to think he doesn't have ranks in survival or anything like that, but he does have ranks in performance. So the performance is making it look nice, and he thinks that's how you cook food.
Instagram worthy.
Yes, you're like doing the photographer tricks where like put dish soap in a beer so that the foam is amazing.
Yeah.
He thinks the better it looks, the tastier it is, because he doesn't remember what things taste like anymore.
Oh, that's sad. Oh, it
That's
went from
really
cute to
sad.
sad. Why?
Make me feel guilt. Don't do that.
He doesn't know, and he's
No,
naive.
that's okay though, because like now I know that like we can make him some truly horrendous inedible food that would be look amazing, and he would love it.
I started the game of what will Barkley eat today?
Oh boy.
Is it like the thing in Norse mythology with Balder where they just chucked things at him because nothing hurt him?
Well, it has to look like
Mistletoe.
it has to look like food, and I only accept the best of food. So it'd just be like, one of those gingerbread houses that people make that are not edible.
Oh yeah.
He'd probably eat that and think it's the tastiest thing ever. He doesn't know.
Mm-hmm. It definitely eats with his eyes.
Yes.
Note to self, don't get plastic food from the toy store.
No, it has to be actual food.
I would 100% want to see him now just eating plastic fruit in front of some rando NPC and just see that scene play
Oh
out.
my god.
I don't know what would happen.
Like a bunch of plastic grapes.
Well, now we gotta go fight in an IKEA store and then we can make it happen.
Ah, these must be diet grapes. They're quite light.
Right, grapes.
Delicious.
That's great.
But he sort of like shoves aside what he's working on. It's like looks like big reams of this heavy like black fabric, and he just sort of like shoves it off to the side. Yes. So, are you ready for your first mission?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Wait, almost. Puts the tray up on the nearest table. Has a nice little sign that he drew himself with his face, and it says, "Have one of Barkley's amazing cookies free of charge. You're welcome."
Wow.
I wish I can do prestidigitation to save these cookies.
I think you would have to cast it at a higher level. Just saying.
You've
Just
all
take,
seen
what
you've all
was
seen
it,
his art talent, so yeah.
the ghostwriting cantrip, just so you can write "don't."
Well, I mean, who else is going to be up here, honestly? I mean, it's just the professor and Ruby right now.
As far as
Yeah,
you know, yeah.
Professor seemed fine. Professor, please don't eat all of them. They will kill you. There's a lot of salt, and you're
I
right.
mean, nothing's killed me yet, sweetheart. I have lived through quite a bit, and like you guys, he's pretty elderly.
Gilligan cut to his funeral. It was the cookies.
The blood pressure was too high.
The next day.
So the results just came in from the body. It looks like he had like 300 grams more sodium than he should have in his body.
His arteries were crystallizing.
I'm just imagining that these are like blocks of salt with like icing on top.
Somehow he perfectly mummified himself as he salted himself.
In my head, I'm imagining that like if we ever wander into if we ever go back to my hometown, if we ever go back to Rosa Gallica, like I just imagine that like there's going to be like some kind of like the deer, in Japan in the Nara Park, and there's some deer is going to come up to Barkley and just going to like raid his backpack for every single salt lick cookie he owns.
Definitely.
You're probably going to have to fight a deer.
I hope we go to all the places. They're so cool.
Yeah,
Not
I
had
would
a cookie.
eventually. I would love to do that.
I also
Alright.
would like to go see Rosa Gallica.
Let's go do mission.
So Professor, when you said yes, let's do the mission, he sort of like kicks off and his rolly chair sort of rolls to the center of the room, and he goes, "Screen, please." And a like screen lowers down from the ceiling and blinks on, revealing a website for a children's amusement restaurant. For Americans, this would be the equivalent of Chuck E. Cheese.
For the rest of the world, this would be the equivalent of hell.
And he looks
Whoa! You can book
he's-
tickets for being there for 5 nights, huh? Weird.
Any of you folks been to Wonder Park? It's great. They've got a ball pit and an arcade and a. Never mind. So I hear they've got a few weird things going on.
You mean people
Fine,
dressing up as like animals and just walking around?
Oh no, that's normal. Those
Sammy just
aren't actually people.
group,
Those are
like-
animatronics. They're robots.
I used
like,
to
worse?
I used to go there, but I kept breaking their basketball hoop machine. Like it just didn't have enough tickets to print out, and they kicked me out for some reason. I must just
Oh my
be
God.
too amazing.
Who would have known?
Is this like a thing that's only exists in Neo?
Like these exist elsewhere. And there are probably numerous of these in Neo Red Ami. This one, you guys have seen ads for. It's maybe like a 20-minute walk from where you guys are right now.
All right, back on the elevator.
They have
Hey, but
great.
what do you want to know what's happening first?
Did something happen?
Is there pizza? Because
They have great pizza.
They do have great pizza.
let's go to the top.
I like to think everybody just looks at Barkley questionably, like, wait, is it actually like really bad pizza?
He says, unfortunately, however, there have been reports of one of the pizzas attempting to eat a guest.
Oh,
I'm sorry, did you say one of the pizzas are trying to eat the guest?
Yeah,
Yeah, have you not
Yeah.
heard of pizza slimes?
yeah.
Well, I mean, turnabout is fair play and all, but this seems a bit extreme.
Yeah.
It's just a creature. They probably got mixed in with the rest of the pizzas, and they're just.
Well,
Probably a little something more than that. There was also the kid that disappeared in the ball pit. Yeah, the kids yelling about monsters in the fun house. Oh yeah, one visitor's scraped knee corroded through the metal floor like acid.
Hold on.
Um,
When you say fun house, do you mean clowns?
I mean, sure, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, that's why
I
the
haven't
kid-
been there
That's why the
in
kid
many
disappeared.
years.
There are clowns are murderers.
Clowns
prove-
are just trying to make people happy. Why would you?
By
do
killing
that?
them.
No.
I mean, depending on the market, you might have something there, Sekhmet, but I don't know if that would be on the regular.
Yeah. So the professor is like doubtful, but meanwhile Ruby is in the background like,
what happened to Sekhmet when you were a kid? What happened to you, Sekhmet?
I'm sorry, but my aunt is a clown, and that is just mean. She just wants to entertain kids.
I'm sorry, what's a clown?
They're
It's somebody
Monster.
who tries to entertain children, and you guys are being mean.
they're monsters that eat children and kill adults.
Oh no.
They're not.
Suffice it to say there, Barkley, I do believe you'll be able to trade some hair care tips with them.
the professor does actually laugh at that one. He's like, that is possible. They do really like the fro. Yeah, no, I suppose I could dye mine like that one year for event as well. He's got the like big Einstein fro of poofy hair.
Oh, like the Doc Brown thing going on?
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Well, if they have hair that's even half as glorious as mine, they can't be all bad, right?
That's
Well.
true.
That's
So-
generalizing and stereotyping of you, Sekhmet.
So,
Are we going now, or do we need to wait until after business hours?
It's like, well,
At
most of the
night.
stuff only happens when there are people around. You can go at night, but I don't know if any of the stuff will happen. So, as you might have guessed, this is probably corruption. You might have heard in your studies about the metaphysical world, about the rift. It's sort of a tear in reality between our world and the virtual world. And that's where corruption seeps through. Usually whenever this weird sort of corruption effects start up, there's a source, a fray in reality that needs to be patched, or a particular artifact that is causing it, or a creature that drew the corruption towards them, something like that. So your job is to save the kids, find the fray, and close it.
Okay,
Easy peasy.
let's go hunt some pizza.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he like immediately sits back down, and he actually sits on the counter that he was working on and starts working again on the thing he was working on. It looks like he's actually got these big, gigantic, thick sewing needles and is sewing this like Kevlar fabric into some sort of like sack shape.
I love it.
Barkley goes
Miss
over to
Ruby-
his cookies and he sets up some napkins that he had in his bag. And he uses one of the napkins to grab a cookie and puts it in his pocket for later, and he eats another one.
Ms. Ruby, do we happen to have a stipend for this mission?
Well, will you been eating anything?
Well, I don't know if we're going to need to. We might need to conduct some activities in order to provoke a response, yes?
You just want to play with the arcade?
Well, she's right. We may need to eat some pizza. If there's pizza slimes involved, if there's games that are kidnapping children, then we're going to have to play some games. I just don't see a way around it.
She sort of like rolls her eyes, Professor, and he's like, "Yeah, no, it's fine. Top drawer on the left, 3 down. Wait, no, not 3 down. Yeah, you know where it is. Go get it, Ruby." And she like goes over and opens up one of the drawers, and you can actually see there's like a very neat set of 4 vials, and a little black pouch. She opens up to reveal 3 I say credit cards, but like card as in a card chip, like a USB sort of thing. She said this should be plenty. There's, we'll say there's, among all 3 of the cards, it's 20 gold on it. And she says, and these are, you've got 2 healing potions and 2 anti-corruption. She sort of like looks at Barkley and is like, "I'm sorry, we don't really have anything for you right now. I'll make sure that we get some in stock though for in the future." Because for those unaware, healing potions don't do jack to a Restless.
They hurt him.
I don't think they actually hurt him. They just don't heal him.
Okay.
They taste
He's
weird.
not. Yeah, he's not vulnerable to radiant. I don't think. Are you?
He practically is radiant with all those diamonds.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shiny.
This is great.
Kevin Root here, he'll start singing the shiny song.
Note to Sammy.
You just see.
Don't cast Moonbeam anywhere near me, please.
I don't have Moonbeam. I'm the sun. Duh.
Gonna cast Sunbeam. Oh no.
That would be so much better.
Sekhmet's gonna grab one of the cookies. Doesn't matter which one. Just shove it in one of his pockets.
Who does Ruby give the money to?
She just holds it up, so whoever would go up and get it.
I'll take one.
I'll also take one.
Okay.
I'll take the third one.
Okay. So write those down, and then whoever is taking the potions. The anti-corruption, it basically works exactly like antitoxin in the PHB. It gives you advantage on saves versus corruption for an hour.
So do each of them have 20 or 20 in total?
20 in total. So
They are running off the
So
same.
is it?
we'll say
is
it's
it
21. It's 7 on each.
full? Okay. Okay.
And yeah, it's the equivalent of gold.
What is it, like 2 silver a game? Sometimes 4 silver in the super pricey ones?
Yeah, maybe, like, if that. It's probably closer to coppers. You guys can
Sure.
probably get plenty. Now, granted, in a place like this, the games are relatively cheap. Where they get you is the food. The
Yeah.
food is outrageous. Because what can the tickets buy anyway? Stickers and glitter pens?
I got a taco cat from an arcade.
I was gonna say, can we
System.
can we see like some really funny magical items up there for like 20,000 tickets or something?
It's like it's a common magic item, you know.
Mhm,
Oh yeah, no, it's one of it's like the Cape of Bees or some shit.
mhm.
It's in like in Taz where they had like this ultra super OP weapon like for 10 million like coins on the wall.
Mhm.
They're like, we're coming back for you, you son of a bitch.
That's right. Well, I guess we'll be off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just sort of like waves behind you. Good luck. Ow, shit. And sort of like pokes and starts sucking on his finger where he stabbed himself with this gigantic needle, which is like the like comically large knitting needles, but it's apparently very pointy.
Sammy pulls out a band-aid and gives it to him.
Oh, thank you. You're a sweetheart.
All right, let's go.
Does it got like a little chibi corgi head on it with like pink hearts and stuff?
Oh, I love it. Yes.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
The Hello Kitty spoof where it's like Hello Corgi.
Yeah.
Hello, Corgi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
There's like one with the face and one with the fluffy butt.
Oh god, I just imagine.
It's like a dog, but like it's stretched across, so when you put it together, like it looks like he's licking his own butt.
No.
I just imagine like Lisa Frank style laser corgis, and it's the best damn thing I've ever imagined in my life.
I mean, they're already halfway there. You just put them on a rainbow background and you're done.
That's fair.
Right,
You're
Lluis?
already on a rainbow background. I don't know what you're talking about.
We were on a grid last time.
Anyway.
I'm staring at it right now on the wall.
All right.
So, you guys are heading to Wonder Park.
Well, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah. Well, what do you guys want to do?
Head
I
on
think-
over there and check out the games and such, right?
Well,
Yeah,
if
we
it
have
happens,
to save the kids.
well, if it happens during like when people are around, then
You could see on the website that they open at we'll say 11.
So you're saying they're still open even though they have corruption knowingly rampant through the place?
Apparently, though you don't know how knowing it is. You got this from the professor. You're not 100% sure where he heard it.
gotcha.
So they might be trying to keep it hush hush. It might be something that like people don't think it was something that happened particularly there. It just happened to be that all of them happened to go to this same place. But yeah, no, they definitely, there was a kid that went missing in the ball pit. That's a thing that actually happened. I can't.
Oh boy. Well, I for one would like to interview some of the employees before they get to open. So I think maybe going in ahead a little early might be a good idea.
Yeah, it sounds like this sounds like a plan. And then, is it what day of the week is it? Like would there be,
This would probably be a Monday.
okay. Although I wouldn't know, I don't know if they would be there that early. Like people there that early, even though like they would be like open. Most kids won't be there until after school, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
So maybe we should go a little bit later.
Yeah.
Maybe
When
we
do
could,
kids leave school? Like afternoon?
I think it's around
3.
it's-
3
yeah.
or 4.
Yeah, we'll say for just convenience's sake, in New Red Army, they follow the typical American style, which is they all get out at about 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So we can kill some time right now.
You
all
could.
right, I'll be down on level insert name here. That has the basketball courts practicing for the next game.
I also do have to run some errands and get prepped for the mission.
Okay,
So,
be careful.
oh, like the professor, I ain't dead yet.
That's the spirit.
I don't know. Well, I can only see a little bit of the future, but I don't think that I don't want you to die. So, and the
I
city
won't.
is dangerous.
I'm like not unkillable, but I'm pretty damn close.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
So, what are you guys doing?
I would like to go back to the apartment and pick up a few things as well.
What you getting?
I'm going to go ahead and pick up the rest of my weapons. I don't have any armor to put on, but I'm definitely going to pick up my my chain, and I'm going to pick up the Geon that I keep on the wall just in case.
Sorry, it's just we're in a cyberpunk setting, so I know it's a combat chain, but I just immediately think like a wallet chain.
Excellent.
Sekhmet's gonna kind of pull Barkley aside. Hey, you said there was salt in these things?
Yeah, of course. That's what's in all cookies.
I mean, fair enough. He's just gonna. All right.
I mean, that's what
I'll
the
see you guys
salesman said
later.
in the marketplace. He was having a big deal, sell 50 pounds of it. Said it's great for cookies.
Where did you meet the salesman?
On insert floor of building where marketplace is.
You just say a number.
On floor 1334.
The
All right.
1300th floor?
Oh, in a 300 level
They said-
building?
You said a number, and I decided to go elite, so whatever.
It's one of those non-Euclidean magic stores that doesn't exist when you go back for it.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's entirely possible.
It's like one of those things in Zelda where it's like a flying shop.
Mhm.
Oh, it's Beetle? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh!
It's really good.
Thank you for doing that in context and
Yeah.
not out of context. The
Thank you!
yeah, but why do you ask? Would you like to make some of my signature cookies?
Oh no, I was just I'm just curious.
Made sure to put orange peels on top. That's how it got the orange color.
Oh,
Orange zest, that's good.
On salt.
Acid and salt.
I'm just like, it seems like you're almost halfway to like a cocktail, but like not quite there yet.
you need a little bit less salt and more alcohol.
I like to think with the Nat 1, he just like the worst possible, like everything you could do wrong he does. And like he doesn't actually use the orange, he just uses the skin part. He just thinks the middle
Oh,
is
that's
like
even
what you
worse.
throw away.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to use for
Yeah,
zest.
the orange zest is the part. I think you mean like the white, filmy, rubbery stuff inside that.
Yeah.
The white layer is bad and bitter. It's
Yeah.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Peels it and then cuts it from the inside.
Oh no.
That's the good part of the orange, right?
Oh,
It's got-
there's no juice, there's no zest, it's all pulp and pith. All the solid bits. Like, we don't need all that stupid juice. What is this?
This is just a mess. Is
I
what it is.
apologize ahead of time for Vex. I feel like she's probably having an aneurysm now, whether she's watching this live or later.
Poor Vex.
That's
Those
fine.
unaware, Vex in the Vex or in the corruption game is an actual chef
Yeah.
and will probably
She
hate
gets
us
real
so
salty
much.
I don't know.
about things, so.
Ha ha salty. Oh.
Ah.
The
Hey Barkley, would you like me to teach you how to make proper cookies?
Please.
well,
Sekhmet's gonna take a bite of his
I-
cookie.
I already make proper cookies, but I'm sure I'm okay with learning some new recipes.
These will be taste even better than the last ones.
Sekhmet's gonna take a bite out of the cookie and try as hard as he can to keep a straight face and go, I don't know. That's a little bit better than your cookies, I'd say. Maybe you should learn from him. And I'm willing to throw that deception.
Deception check. Do it.
She will cry.
I hope you got- I hope you got-
That's a
You
whole
monster.
8.
There are two people in the party that have insight. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
I
it's
got-
Sammy
I got a-
and Bark.
He's choking on the salt pretty bad.
Why are you so mean? What did I do to you?
Oh no, I forgot.
Choking on the salt.
Reese or Raya are allergic to salt. I'm sorry. I should have warned you.
Just wasn't prepared for that much salt. I think I need to drink something.
I have a water bottle. Do you want that?
Yeah, actually. Thank you. Forgot my coffee at home.
Thank you,
Water bottle.
coffee.
He's gonna hand it back to her.
I like to think Barkley has a sports drink bottle thing where you like pull the top,
Yeah.
open it. And he has like duct tape on the side, and he has like written like Barkley special workout stuff, and it's just water. It's just water.
I'm gonna show Barkley how to properly make cookies.
Okay.
That'll be fine tonight, but first, I need to work on my half-court shots.
Okay, I'll see you later.
So Barkley, there is a sort of like open air park on the building, or on the one of the lower ends of the ceiling of this building, because it's not like one big thing. It's terraced off a little bit some. One of the roofs does have a sort of rooftop park where you can play basketball. There is also a like rec center that specifically Daiyo would have recognized last time when she was asking about swimming pools. They do have a gym there.
I probably go to the rec center, and when I go to practice, and just like, man, I'm getting really sweaty, and he just, he's going team shirtless.
What you wouldn't call that shirts? You would call that not skins either. What would that be?
Bones.
Bones.
Bad rib cage.
Is that the slogan of the Jolly Rogers? Now you're boned.
I like to think every once in a while when he throws the basketball and it bounces off the floor, there's just an off chance that it could get stuck in his rib cage from the underside. Like it bounces upwards in there.
You have to roll a D100 every time you throw.
Love it.
But yeah, that's what he's doing, because he's getting ready for the next game in the next week or whatever.
I guess I can go put up some more paintings on the walls. We have time.
I love seeing what you guys do in your off time. She does interior decorating. It's the cutest thing ever.
Oh yeah. I mean, she just moved in, so
that is fair. Yeah, you all definitely still have a lot of boxes that are unpacked.
Yeah. So she'll go back home and start opening up boxes and trying to make sure that Bork didn't get into anything.
Okay. You come back and he does the like happy run around in circles thing and like goes to bark and realizes that he shouldn't and singes the carpet.
I pet him. It's okay. Just be careful next time.
You.
I missed you too. She'll pick him up.
Can she inherently speak to animals?
No. The dog can talk.
You're not there though.
I'm not there, no. But I would like to come visit after I've got my stuff.
It is a, for those wondering, it is a aspect of the magic mask is what they're called. What it's called in this one.
Oh right, because it's your astral animal.
And it does look like a laser corgi Lisa Frank thing. It is very much like bright blue and looks like a fluffy cloud. And she loves them very much.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to help me unpack these things?
Sure.
Yay!
Try. And he like goes to pick up a painting with his mouth, and you're like, maybe not that one. Maybe like anything that's not able to be, chewed up or barbecued.
She'll just put him on her head and and she'll just do the stuff. She just wants company.
Yeah. He's sort of like that ethereal too, though. So he just sort of like hangs out there. He doesn't really have any weight.
Yeah.
I love it.
Does he move like massless? So like there's no like delay. He's literally just like a hat.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
It's brilliant.
He just waddles his legs. I'm like,
All right, so presently after getting his stuff out of his apartment.
You were fading in and out there a bit.
Oh, I was saying is he was going to go visit Sammi after getting his stuff.
Okay.
Oh, hi! What's up?
Well, I thought I might come over. I got all my preparations done, and I was going to see if, come see if you needed anything before we left.
I'm just unpacking some stuff.
Oh, okay.
She has a dog on her.
Yeah. No, he saw that.
Do you want to come in?
Oh, yeah, yes.
I can make some tea.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
Who's your friend?
This is Bork.
He sort of like looks to Sammy for approval. Like
She just goes, yeah, this is my friend, and he works with me.
I'm Bork.
This is Sammy.
And
Oh.
just pounces on you.
Whoa. Well, hello there. Oh, you just energetic and full of beans.
You've not seen this before. This is like you've seen laser corgis, but this is clearly like a spiritual manifestation of one. It's sort of spectral and not really there. Also, most laser corgis can't talk.
So, not to be rude, but what exactly kind of creature are you, Bork?
I'm special.
See that? I've never seen a fluffy
I'm a
blue.
spirit guardian.
Oh,
Yeah.
fascinating. So, it's very wonderful to make your acquaintance, though. And he's gonna tuck him up under his one arm and just like hold him kind of like a football carry, and just sort of like idly scratch his head with the other hand.
He seems to enjoy it, even though there's like you can't really feel anything. He seems to be enjoying it. You're not sure whether he actually can feel it or if he just likes the attention.
I feel like he probably would be familiar enough with AR and VR interaction to not really have too much of a problem adapting to something that has no mass. But
That's
he would
fair.
still try to interact with it anyway. But that all being said, so now, after the tea, you said you were unpacking some things. Did you?
Yeah, so well, I just moved in, so I need to put all the stuff up.
Ah, yes. Well, I suppose one of the advantages of living alone for me is I don't have that much stuff to unpack, but I'd be glad to help you.
That'd be lovely, thank you. I have a lot of artwork and stuff. My mom is a painter.
Fantastic. I dabble a little bit in drawing myself. Nothing I'd like to present yet, but here and there.
Well, when you're comfortable, I would love to see it. I love art.
Well, that sounds good. And we'll just continue on in that lovely little scene for a while and cut the camera to somebody else.
It's too precious. Get out of here. Put some salt on this shit.
It's getting saccharine up in here.
The transition is just like 3 cookies sliding across the screen.
Yes. Can we do like 1 across the right and 2 on the left, just like the crossfade?
Yeah.
The 2 have Barkley's face, and one of them's the
Basketball.
basketball.
Okay. All right. Anybody making animatics of us in the future? You got your orders.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So what is Crypto up to right now?
So we kind of agreed that we were gonna wait a couple hours before we went to. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are killing time until closer to like 3ish when the kids actually show up at the place.
Okay. And Crypto's definitely gonna head back home into his apartment, and he's gonna change a little bit just to make sure he's a little more prepared for the day, just in case. So he's gonna go take off his regular armor and slip on a jacket and then put it back on. So it's kind of covering his self. So he has his hood sticking up out of his like Chunin vest, his heavy armor. And he's just gonna kind of start practicing like some of his like sword skills and things like that, and put on some like headphones and just kind of focus and mentally prepare for whatever may happen.
Okay. And Daiyo, what are you up to?
So I will go back to the apartment, change clothes to my bikini because I'm not working now.
Uh-huh.
Go to the swimming pool, dive to the bottom and chill a little bit. Probably read a little about these pizza monsters and how to hunt them and kill them because that's my hobby. Learn how to kill things.
I will say, go ahead and make a nature check. and see what you can find on it.
Okay. Four.
Okay. You're not 100% sure. Like, he said it's a slime, and information is kind of easy to find on those. Basically, very slow moving, will eat you.
Okay.
Don't let it eat you. Basically,
Kill it before that,
it's
yeah.
a bad idea if you let it get close to eat you. Either it will start digesting you,
Okay.
and if you can survive the digesting, you then also have to survive your friends beating the shit out of it to kill it, because you're
Definitely don't
inside
be
of it.
Stuck in a Star Wars as trash compactor with several of them.
Oh.
Just 4 flashbacks. Okay. And so unless there's anything else you guys want to do, we can skip ahead and pick up whenever you guys would like to get to the to Wonder Park.
His outfit's changed, by the way.
Okay.
He's now in a combat skirt with a Christmas sweater, and the joggers that he was given are now like leg warmers.
I love it.
I know.
I have
fun.
several questions, but so far I'm really on board.
I know of a certain chaos faction in Planescape that would love you.
He can't wear the same thing twice.
Exactly.
Can't do it.
Exactly.
I'm really.
Jamie will like look at you and say like exactly the same way I said it. Like, I love it.
I'm curious about what's the combat skirt entail.
It's just a skirt that he wears in combat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does it have tactical pockets?
No, all the pockets are in his jacket. He has a lot of little tiny pockets that can really only hold one thing. And most of them are filled with just snacks.
Cookies.
That's the problem with wearing a skirt. There's no pockets.
Yeah.
This dress has pockets. It is the perfect dress. It glows in the dark and has pockets.
Ooh, fancy.
Barkley shows up.
Bork is really excited.
Barkley shows up with a jersey over his shoulder.
Did you have fun? Did you score? Win? How do you play basketball?
Oh, you poor child.
I didn't play basketball.
You're at least a skull taller than me, and you have twice the amount of limbs, and you don't know how to play basketball?
No, I usually did art and baked. That's it.
All right, how about you show me your art and bake stuff, and I show you basketball stuff later.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Opie, she has 4 arms.
Yes, the easier. It's easier to bake that way.
She's also
Obviously.
4 arms and she's built like a tower, so she's gonna be walking for days.
she's also a foot taller, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
she has wings, so she's gonna be stopping. She's gonna be stopping all the shots.
Sure she is.
She is 1.5 feet taller than Bark.
She is a tall lady.
It's gonna be like Jackie Chan versus Shaq.
Except maybe she can hit a free throw.
Oh. She's like, yeah.
With the +2 acrobatics, I don't know.
I mean, I bet you could do a hell of a dunk.
I could just walk up and put it into the basket.
But even fly, I mean.
All right, are we ready to go? Everybody got everything they need?
I'm still wet and dripping from the swimming pool. Like, I didn't even bother to dry.
I can grab a towel. I just unpacked them like 2 seconds ago.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Just like leaving a trail of water through the elevator, through the carpeted lobby. There's like a little puddle on Sammy's floor that like just out of natural habit Bork is trying to lick up but can't because he's not fully there.
He's trying his best. She's gonna throw a towel over it just to soak it up and then be like, Bork, you're in charge. Don't let the fishes start anything.
Okay.
And she'll close the door.
Yeah, you guys literally, for whoever is sort of like just standing there, literally just saw this sort of spectral dog bark and then say okay in perfect common.
Not the weirdest thing I've seen this week.
Sekhmet's gonna look in his pocket, count, and then shake his head.
This city is so weird.
Are all the pills there, Sekhmet?
And she'll give she'll give Sekhmet like a Ziploc bag with like pretzels inside of it, and she's just like, "This is probably better for you than those cookies."
He's gonna pick it up and just put it in one of the many tiny pockets.
The pretzels are only 5% salt as opposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
Was of 200%.
But aside, compared to 500%.
Yeah.
That the cookies crumbled into pieces. There's no way he's gonna get rid of all that salt inside of his jacket.
Yeah,
It's
no.
like sand. It's there forever.
Don't put your phone in there. It's gonna come out looking like you just had it sitting on the beach.
You could
So
take
you
some
guys,
almonds and stuff on them for a while and put them back.
Are you guys taking walking to Adventure Wonder Park, or are you taking public transit, or what?
How far distance wise is complex?
It's like a 20-minute walk. It'd probably be like a 10-minute bus ride at if traffic's heavy.
Simon's predisposition would be to walk, pretty much unless it was like more than an hour walking distance.
Okay.
I would think living in a mega city, it'd be more of like, it's going to take more than an hour to walk, then I'll take a vehicle. Otherwise, I just walk.
Yeah, it's pretty much, it's very New York style. There are definitely cars, and the traffic moves a lot faster than it does in New York, but there's still like, they've invested heavily in public transit because they had to. A city this big, you really have to.
Oh, they're actually smart about that stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, because somebody smart started the city.
Cuts to a gnome and a goatee.
What?
So much salt. Previous
Referencing too many.
and frustration.
Referencing too many other campaigns. So
I thought you were talking about Kobe there for a second.
I was.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
She was talking about Hertz. Okay. Anyway.
The annals of salt.
Oh, those are Hertz cookie recipes. Why didn't you just say so? Sorry, God.
While we're walking, making my way downtown, moving fast.
And it's like that scene from Spider-Man 3, but with like 6 people.
All of them doing
Oh
finger guns.
God.
Oh yeah.
Everybody,
No.
everybody else is like fine, and like Barkley's the only one doing the weird finger guns.
Simon is looking awkward as shit and like trying not to be associated with all of that and just like walking on the extreme other side of that line.
All right. Before we get there, I think we should
Noticing people aren't paying attention to Simon very well, Barkley moves closer to him so people can see him better.
Thanks.
Don't worry, buddy. We'll make you a star in no time.
He like grabs you by the arm and just carries you.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't think he likes that.
You're a real friend.
before
Own game.
What are you
Before
talking
we
about?
get over
He's sweating in excitement. Can't you see? Sorry.
never sweat, so I glow.
So do I. So do I.
So you fairly
Freaking-
radiate.
It's like in Danny Phantom where Sam is like, "Goths don't sweat, we simmer."
Simmer.
All right, before we get there, we who's gonna be covering what? Because I don't think I should be the one in the fun house.
Because you're clearly afraid of clowns.
I'm not afraid of clowns. I just am not a fan.
What do you mean you're not going to the funhouse? You're probably the one dressed the most fun here.
I'm not dealing with clowns.
Okay, I'll kill the clowns.
Don't
Deal.
kill the clowns unless they do something bad.
I mean, of course.
I want to see this clown.
I'm gonna look over at Daiyo. All right.
I want to see their apparently amazing hair that's almost as amazing as mine.
Well, you should go with two then.
Blasphemy. You could tell he was being just a little bit sarcastic, but not trying to be mean about it.
Maybe I'll talk to the staff. I can talk to the children. Maybe I can get them to tell me what happened.
I'll interrogate the kitchen.
The what? I'm sorry.
The kitchen.
Ah,
Someone should go to the arcade and play a lot and talk to the children.
I'll go.
do you want me to go with you?
You want to?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty good at talking to people. So wherever you need me.
Yeah, no. You talk to people, and I'll talk to games.
Sounds good. Best friends.
Okay, so who had kitchen duty?
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Not me.
Not me. You want to high five me?
And I believe Daiyo and Simon had the arcade, right?
No, I'll go to the fun house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Barkley and was gonna go with her. So yeah.
Crypto, where did you want to go?
Crypto would just kind of go wherever that wasn't, whatever he was needed. So if someone wanted to take him along, then it's fine.
Where's
Crypto, you can come with me. I need a good cop to partner up with my
Also,
bad cop.
someone maybe should check the animatronics. Or don't. I don't know.
I don't like those either.
That sounds good. All right, gang. Let's split up and search for clues.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Should I have brought Bork with me?
Now I have to check that. Can you like teleport him to you like a familiar? Or does he have to come along the hard way? I think he might have to come the long way.
Oh no! I'm just imagining now like a cutscene where just suddenly there's just Bork.
Waddling down the street like
His little tiny legs. He gets tired and he just waits for the bus. There's just a little dog sitting in the front seat of the bus.
Is he non like incorporeal at times?
I thought he was ethereal. Wouldn't he just?
I was.
Yeah,
So like,
he is ethereal.
Wouldn't he just going
He
ghost
did
and just phase
when
straight
he
through everything to her?
chooses to.
I'm imagining like he gets the call, right? Like he gets the signal from Sammi, and his ears perk up. He looks out, and then he runs right at the fucking wall, and the camera cuts to like an upward angle shot of the apartment complex, and there's just this dog launching out of the window and falling, splay-legged, and then waits for the bus.
Being
Yes.
a
It's
corgi.
like
No, he has to go the long way.
Yeah, okay. He can go through walls though, so he will do that. That is much funnier.
So
Also, because he can go through walls, he doesn't have to pay for the bus. He just walks through the wall and jumps on the seat.
I'm imagining like a London style bus, and he just like sits on like the ledge where the door opens, and just like
Mhm.
so he's pretty much
Definitely.
he's pretty much the corgi from Cowboy Bebop, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, fine.
It's
yes.
the best.
Hopefully he doesn't.
Work is a good boy.
Hopefully he doesn't eat any random mushrooms and starts hopping everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah. So you guys, you were arriving, like right around 3 or after or what?
Yeah, 3, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe like 10 minutes before that.
Okay. It looks like there are a handful of kids here already. You're guessing kids that maybe either snuck out, or were just pulled out of school early. It's not that uncommon. And then there are hundreds, if not thousands, of schools in the city in this own even neighborhood. There are plenty that have more weird hours. It's just that 3 is the standard.
Are there any age restrictions on things?
It looks like some of the there's a bounce house, and that does have a size and weight restriction, unfortunately, because it's a bounce house.
I just thought of Sekhmet trying to get on the bounce house.
Probably not the best idea.
So racist, but they probably do have a limitation on Razor in there. Oh, it's so mean.
I can't go in the bounce house.
Or
No, they
consider
do the thing.
it's like Razor Eye proof.
Yeah, they have. They have like a bucket of like chopped up pool noodles, and they do the thing with goats. Where you get noodles.
On his eyebrows.
Yes, amazing.
There's like these little kids running around, these little tiefling kids running around, the big ram horn ones. He's got the 2 pool noodles, but they make them bigger than he's used to. He like goes to run past the arcade thing and just gets like sidewinded. Also, and like all fours. I'm fine. I'm going. And takes off running again.
Really tell the difference between corruption and vaccine, where we are going to an arcade.
Pizza parlor.
And talking about fun houses, and they're doing like drugs and like going to bars and bank heists.
As we cross by the gays, we look over. There's a big picture of Barkley by the basketball thing, and it says "not allowed."
They're definitely
Oh god.
The reason I was asking for the age is because Barkley's technically 3.
Oh, just out of curiosity, though, what is the height and weight limitation on this thing? Because I mean, Simon's small enough; he might be under it.
I would have to look up what it actually is for bounce houses. I know real life bounce houses have suggested ones.
I think it's like
Well, I'm
like 10 at most and like 200 pounds or something like that.
I'm 6'1", and I was told I'm not allowed to be on any bounce houses anymore. So. It's below 6'1".
Although I think that like in considering Retroverse, it might be a different stats.
Yeah, apparently
there are a lot more bigger species.
Yeah, a lot of the species in Retroverse are really tall.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys see the bounce house. You can see there's a sort of like adventure gym. There's like slides, and you can see the ball pit and these like climbing rope ladders that span across the ceiling and everything, and those like big plastic tunnels with the like portholes. As you sort of walk by, there's some rando kid just sitting in it, going like this and like sticking his tongue out at you, making faces.
Wave at him.
I'll go with face back.
He sort of is surprised and then makes an even funnier one.
I'll try harder. I'll weird that kid.
Are you trying to make him laugh or trying to freak him out?
I want to win.
So up to you then whether you would do persuasion or intimidation.
Or would it be performance?
Or performance or intimidation?
Performation.
Performation.
So natural 20.
What'd you get?
Natural 20, so total 24.
The kid like genuinely he goes with you for like 3 or 4 rounds, and by the fourth round he's like he's out of view. He's on the floor of this thing laughing.
I will make a serious note like.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
I love this name.
Looking around, you do see there are just games everywhere here. There's like your traditional the like skee ball games. There's like whack-a-mole.
Oh, hey, they got
Except this one's a whack-a-bulette.
Is there a fighting game?
Wait. Not pulling up the ones I had from the
Oh
first
yes,
campaign.
do it, send it to me.
Okay.
Those unaware, this is how our first Retro First game started.
Are there
Actually,
the
wow,
Mustachio Brothers?
it wasn't an arcade too.
Keep going, because this will take a while.
Okay. So there are just games all over. There is, you can see the like restaurant half of the place where there's like a kitchen. It seems like pretty low key right now because obviously most of the kids just got here. They're not interested in eating anytime soon. You do see a handful of staff like going around and like cleaning tables and making what look like pizzas in the back. And as you're sort of like watching, you do see there is like one group there. It looks like they're probably a party. They've got like a little cake and everything. And there is one like big fuzzy animatronic thing that's sort of like wobbling out towards them holding a pizza.
Sekhmet doesn't like. He's just shaking his head. He's stepping it back a little bit, just shaking his
It's
head.
very like almost Barney like. It's very like very clearly not a realistic creature or animal and doesn't really look like much of anything.
Does it look
But-
like
What's a Barney?
it looks like
I'll post a picture of Barney in the chat.
It's a big
Sorry,
goofy.
Lluis.
It's a big goofy purple dinosaur.
I didn't like him either.
Yeah, no,
Cool.
real life me had a when I was a little kid, I was in the hospital and they had Barney come by in like the suit and everything. I bawled my eyes out. It was such a terrible copy of the suit. I was
Oh.
terrified. My parents said
Not a fan.
yeah. So what do you guys want to do? Who wants to go first?
Oh.
Oh, Crypto, you had said you do have your corruption sense. Where are you, because like this is a really huge place. Where are you targeting first with your corruption sense?
As far as I'm aware, it's kind of like a submarine sonar, just pings out 60 feet from him. As far as I'm
Okay.
aware,
Yeah.
Do you do the dog
Um,
thing where you like put your ear up and like
ears.
Okay.
Then the nose just goes straight to
Okay.
wherever.
Well, like the radius of this place is much bigger than your 60 feet.
Yeah.
Around. But you can like start just doing like a weaving pace around the entire place if you'd like.
Yeah, I would kind of scope the perimeter a little bit of the place, get a sense of the layout of the place, and
Okay.
kind of passively trying to sense anything.
Can
Okay,
I
go
just remark
ahead.
about how weird this group is? We've got somebody in like a bad outfit, full like military gear, a skeleton in basketball shorts, somebody in a bikini, just all together in this restaurant.
yep.
You have a small hippie and a large lamp.
I am much more than a sexy lamp, thank you very much.
Hilariously, Sam probably fits in the best here.
You probably think I work here.
or just like one of a family member of somebody who's had a party here, or like a babysitter or something.
Well, with this group, she kind of is a babysitter.
She gets
You're
someone
not
coming
wrong.
up to her saying, "Your costume's really good."
You. So who wants to go first?
Well, I guess if nobody steps up, I will. So Simon is gonna start. He's gonna get out the cred card and get some tokens out, and start hitting the games.
Okay.
And I don't know how you want me to roll for. I get what performance? I guess maybe.
Are you trying to like win a lot of tickets or like draw a crowd of kids?
I'm
that
trying
you
to
can add them
do.
up, or
I mean, I'm gonna play through and see if I can catch any kind of like flickers of glitching or code degradation or anything in the actual program itself while it's playing. If I can't precipitate anything like that, I'll go for high scores. I'm probably gonna want to try a little pinball with some dex checks.
okay. I'll say first off, go ahead and make a investigation check.
Okay, thank you. I'm good at those. Awesome. I'm actually pretty damn good at those. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Nice. Okay. So you play a bunch of these, and I'll determine how many tickets you get in a little bit, and come up with a real quick economy for the ticket counter that I didn't think of, like a dummy. And looking through them, you don't really see much of an issue with most of the like digital ones, but the ones that have like mechanical moving parts. There's like this like mini bowling game where it like moves the pins around and everything. You do see as the pins are moving and stuff, it seems like it would place one down and then it would be gone again, and the machine would have to go through and load another one because it realized it wasn't there. And just like little things, the sort of like glitch in the matrix thing, like very subtle, but it only seems to happen with not the digital games, the more analog mechanic based ones.
But it would seem to me that kind of a glitching effect is something that Simon would be pretty familiar with and would know to look for. How would that manifest? Just like it twitches and disappears? Does it fall into a hole in space? Does it fade away? I mean,
it's sort of like well, like with the thing where it's loading the bowling pin. Like you saw it come down and then you blinked and suddenly it's gone again, and the machine has to reset everything because it realized that it wasn't there. And like there's another one where you're playing like skee ball and you know that you hit the 100 score point one, but then when you look down to pull your tickets out, it looks as if it only you look up and you actually hit the one that's the 10.1 sort of thing, just like little tiny things. But it seems like it's not a software problem, is what I'm trying to say.
Does it seem like the problem is localized to those specific machines in that particular area, or does the phenomenon move around the room?
It seems like it's moving around the room.
Great. Does it have a discernible pattern after I've been playing for a minute? Like, can I kind of track where it's running or roaming around, or is it sort of popping here and there everywhere?
It seems like it's kind of all over the place, really. You can like do some asking around in a minute. But that's basically what you're doing. And then go ahead and just give me a general, I guess, sleight of hand check to see how many tickets you can get.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
All right.
While he's doing that, I'll like see if there's like any kids that I would think look like regulars, and ask them if they've seen anything.
Okay.
Because I imagine like there's people that like to hang out here.
Yeah. So let's see if I did it down. I did, yes. Okay, 16 sleight of hand. I will write that down. So you're sort of like looking around and trying to find like the one the handful of regulars that are pretty obvious, and you do see there's these this group of kids that are like surrounding this pinball machine, and the one is sort of like drug over like a little bucket or something that's clearly from like janitorial or whatever, and is standing on it, and it's a little dwarf kid, and he's like playing pinball, and he is mastering it. He is fantastic. Like you could tell there's like a little puddle of tickets on the floor already. He's sort of like having a blast at it, and his friends are his friends are sort of cheering him on. It looks like there is another dwarf there, and looks very similar to him, probably a brother, and a half orc girl, a little older.
I'll ask his friends because he's like playing. I'd be like, excuse me, were you here when how long ago was the last incident?
Well, you didn't necessarily ask the professor. Do you think you would have before you left?
I would say so. Like she would try to like get information about it. So yeah.
Let's see what they know. They're like sort of like I mean, I don't know. And the kid that's playing pinball is like, well, you know, that dude Jimmy disappeared the ball pit like a couple, like, I don't know, a week ago, I guess, maybe, and he's like having a blast. He does not seem phased that he's talking to you while playing. Okay.
I will give him like a token to put it on for him to keep playing. And I'll say, have you, so you haven't seen Jimmy after that? He just disappeared?
No, nobody's, and he's sort of like, yeah, no, nobody's seen, and the older girl is sort of like, well, you know, nobody's seen him since. I mean, they say, of course, that he just wandered out, but I mean, no offense, but Jimmy's kind of a scaredy cat. He wouldn't just go wander in the city by himself. Like, I mean, we've all run away a time or two before. And she sort of like gently punches the kid that's playing pinball. She's like, but Jimmy wasn't. He was a shy kid. I don't know what happened to him.
It's okay. Well, I'm here to help.
Hey, are you like? You're not wearing the normal outfit of the people that work here.
Oh, I am here. I'm here to support. They brought me in to find Jimmy and to figure out what's going on. Have you seen anything else that happened recently?
They're sort of thinking the dwarf that's like on the floor, and he's like sort of like leaning over the pinball machine because he's shorter and he doesn't have the bucket to stand on. He's like, well, there was that kid a couple days ago, like, okay, I heard about it from a friend of a friend that we, you know, in class, but they said that there was this half-elf boy that when he got here, he was 7, and when he left, he was 16.
Interesting.
I wish I knew what game he was playing, because that sounds great. Not that it would make much of a difference to my parents, because I can't do anything until I'm 50.
And she'll like...
What species is she? Hold on. What species is she?
This is the younger, one of the dwarf boys.
Okay.
The older girl is a half orc.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm sorry. Carry on.
She will kneel down and she'll be like, well, I would enjoy being a kid right now because it's way more fun than being an adult. I promise you. And she'll give them like all of them a token too.
Okay. They gladly take it. But talking to them, they don't know a ton more. At least not of like recent happenings. So I believe somebody was going to the kitchen.
That's right. So, is the first of all, are there any animatronics near the door?
Near like the front door?
near the kitchen door?
There was one that was sort of like walking between the kitchen and then to the dining area, but it dropped off the pizza. But that was like when you guys first walked in. It has since like walked to the back, and you don't see it. You're assuming it's somewhere like behind stage and in the staff only areas.
Cool. So he's going to just push open the kitchen door and walk in.
So there's like the little like swing gate to go behind the counter. And you do that, and the woman that was like at the register it was like leaning over the counter on her phone. Sir, can I?
He's gonna flip up his wallet and then shut it real quick and go, "Warden business," and just keep going.
I'm gonna say make a deception check.
Gotcha. That's a 3.
She's like, "What? No, you can't be here, Dave."
This is official. This is official business.
And like through the kitchen door comes a like sort of buff, like definitely works out on the weekends. A guy in like the generic black apron, just covered in flour and whatnot. Sorry, can we help you, sir?
That's right. I'm here to discuss a private matter that you may not want me broadcasting.
I mean, what kind of private matter? I mean, we just had the kitchen inspected last week.
Right. So you want me to just say it out loud? All right. We're inspecting reports of pizza slimes eating children in this establishment.
I'm sorry. This is more for me personally. What are you wearing again?
He's wearing a Christmas sweater, a sapphire blue jacket, and combat skirt, and also jogging pants, but they've been cut into like leg warmers, and not Converse.
Okay. I just want to make sure I got the scene correct.
Die silently was the best part of that entire description. Just this.
Does Crypto just like turn off his visor and like the green just do?
It's just the most beautiful scene. I love him so much.
That's Crypto internally when he saw them in the hallway. Just was blank stare, but internally just like, oh boy,
What did I get into?
And he was poking him in the chest too with his holographic hand.
These are the people to whom you have entrusted your life.
But he's got to be professional. He's professional.
So like the woman at the register is sort of like looking around deer in headlights, and the guy is like, okay, all right, come on. I'll go get the manager.
That's right. You'll go get it and wave for it no on it. In fact, bring me a glass of water too. I can already feel a headache coming on. I want to take the meds before it.
He's like, sir, water isn't free. I can't really just give stuff away.
Oh, right. In a place riddled with pizza slimes, you can't just give stuff away. I'd like to make would that be intimidation or persuasion?
I'll say it's up to you whether you're trying to intimidate him or be more persuasive or use a gentler hand.
There's nothing gentle about Sekhmet. It doesn't matter. I got +1 to both. That's going to be at 18 to, I guess, intimidation.
For water.
Yeah, it looks like Dave, that this guy in the apron, is not really phased at all. However, there is like another person in the kitchen, a human, that just sort of like slides a little, like the kitty cup of water with the straw over towards you.
He's gonna pop the top off.
Scuttles further away into the kitchen, like as far away from you as possible, still trying to do their job.
He's gonna pop the top off, toss it in the nearest sink, take a pill from his pocket, pop in his mouth, down the glass, flip it upside down like you do to a shot on the nearest surface. All right, where is this manager?
One sec. And he like pulls out a little like walkie-talkie sort of thing. Philippe, we've have a warden here about the incidents. And you just hear the crackle of what incidents? Oh fuck those incidents. All right, I'll be by in a minute. And then you hear another crackle again, and he sort of like walks away from you for a second, and
If it's within 15 feet, I can hear it.
oh shit, that's right. Fucking right. I forgot that.
Hello, the ears are half his head.
Yep. Okay, so because of that, both of you do hear Crypto just because you have keener senses, but Sekhmet just because your like gigantic ears are attuned to picking up very quiet noises. You hear this Philippe on the phone on the walkie-talkie ask, is corporate there with them or no? And the guy responds no. And he comes back a second later. So my manager is on his way back, but I can answer any questions that you have. We did have an issue with the pizza slime, but it did not kill anyone. It did minorly maul one of the waitresses, but she's fine. She's been healed. The company has paid for her medical bills entirely.
Oh, she's been minorly mauled. Do you hear that, Crypto?
Well, okay,
She's
like
been minorly mauled. So when it minorly eats a child, it's a minor problem. Is that right?
he says, it's like, look, I'll be honest with you. There are some of us here who wish that there's a lot of weird shit happening here, but I can't not be it. I need this job. And corporate's been up our asses about it really bad.
Oh, corporate's been on your asses. Well, son, do you know what my job is?
I've never heard of a digital warden before.
Well, what we're here to do is shut down any places that have corruption. And what we hear here is a case of corruption. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to my partner, you're going to tell him everything you know about it, and I'm going to go ahead and have a look around. How about that? I might question some of your employees.
That's fine. And you say question the employees, and you happen to look over, and Crypto has seen this. You were just now noticing it. There are like 5 people behind like the rack of where they like put all the stacks of pizza boxes and everything. There are like 5 people watching you guys, and as soon as they interview the staff, they scatter.
Don't you run from me, and he's going to chase after one.
I love it.
It's a kitchen where they make pizza. You might not want to run.
It's true.
Anything else in there? He's good.
Yeah, so Crypto, was there anything that you wanted to ask this fellow, or are you just waiting for the manager to show up?
Yeah, I can ask a couple questions, So this is just
this is
like
the
the receptionist
like really
kind of
buff
person.
human guy, the guy who was like back here. You're guessing like head of kitchen staff, sort of like
Okay.
above the cashier, but he called his manager and was asking for another person.
Okay. So he'll say, I apologize for my associate getting in some of that field training and working on them soft skills.
He's like, it's understandable. We definitely heard it from the police, but I mean, there's only so much you can do when the slime is gone. I mean, it's a slime.
Yeah. Has the incident was it a one-time thing, or has it happened on a few occasions?
Well, the slime thing was the one time.
Okay.
I mean, there's other things that have been weird, but that was the worst one.
What other things can you tell me that going on around here?
Well, let's see. There's like I'm sure you've heard the rumors that there was a kid that went missing in the ball pit. Everybody says that he came out all right, and the cameras say he came out all right. But his mom never said he made it home. She's in here like every 3 days yelling to try and figure out where he is. But of course, we don't know. The camera said they saw him went out. But our head of security, the woman that watches that stuff, she's kind of like really good at computers. She did that in school. And she said that it didn't look right for a kid. Like the kid was walking funny. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's a kid. Maybe he shit his pants in a ball pit and he was embarrassed to leave. But some people have been talking about like maybe it wasn't a kid that came out. Something else.
Have you happened to heard any rumors of what potentially it could be?
It's like I don't know, man. There are all kind of rumors flying. Like personally, I hate going back and so like there's the kitchen staff area, but then like the mechanics back. I hate that place. It's creepy. I swear it's haunted. There's like weird movements all around. There's always like mechanical parts falling around, and don't even get me started on the animatronics. Those things are creepy as shit. I don't know why they let them handle food. That is very unsanitary, but the kids like them, so.
Have you had any problems with the, or has anyone had any problems with the animatronics before the incident?
Before this stuff?
Yeah.
Not really. Like a couple years back, I guess it was like maybe 3 years back or so, they hired the new guy. Because up until then, they were falling apart. They were about to get rid of them all because they were useless. They could barely get up and walk around, let alone not be terrifying. But he revamped them, and he really brought the place up. They looked a lot better. He was like really, really intense on them though. Like he was very protective of them. It got a little weird, but he was a weird guy. He's a weird guy, so like, I guess that makes sense. Whatever.
Okay. Is he around? That maybe, if there's something weird going on in the back, there may be someone to ask questions to.
He doesn't really come out of his workshop that often, but you might be able to find him back there.
All right. So yeah, besides the pizza slime and the alleged kid gone missing, even though cameras say otherwise, is there any? And besides the maintenance guy on the animatronics, have you noticed anything else, out of the ordinary? Just customers, staff, equipment.
I mean, mostly just that sort of stuff. I mean, like people saying stuff in the fun house, but honestly, that place is creepy to begin with. Like, no matter where you are, even a place that's not this place, the fun house is scary with all the mirrors and shit. It is spooky, especially for little kids.
Okay, interesting. I thank you for the information on that.
As he's telling you that you hear like this bang of the kitchen door opening, and coming through the door is like, you expect, like from the bang, you expect a pretty big guy. It's this little ornery ass looking gnome who's got his hair like slicked back, big wide rimmed glasses on, and is just storming in. All right, so I heard investigators were here. I guess that's you. Sekhmet, you
be correct.
Heard this in the back from where you're interrogating / terrifying the rest of the kitchen staff.
He's gonna let them off with a warning and then come back to back up Crypto.
Can we hear a snippet of what he was trying to say to them?
Stop crying. Just tell me. How'd you make the pizza slime?
What color is my underwear? Slap.
Slap.
What's that stain? Pizza sauce. Are you sure? You sure it's not blood? Yes. Maybe.
And then it comes just stomping back, much like how the gnome entered the room.
He sort of like sizes you up and comes to like maybe thigh high.
Oh, he gets a good view of my leg warmers then.
Yeah. And sort of jumps up and sits up on like a stool that's raised up. All right, so what can we help you with?
First of all, tell us how you made the damn thing.
Made what? Oh, fuck, the pizza. We didn't make it. These things just happen sometimes. I mean, corruption's all over the place. Sometimes shit just happens. I don't know. Maybe it was something bad in the yeast, or who knows?
Oh, you're right.
we've had the kitchen inspected. It's everything says it's fine. They cleared it of all
crypto
bacteria, and
he's gonna when he says he's had it inspected, he's gonna interrupt and go, "Oh, crypto!" He's gonna put his hand on Crypto's shoulder. You hear that? They had it inspected by other wardens. Weird. I didn't hear about that back at HQ. So
it's
we're
like
gonna
we had it inspected by police.
Yeah, well, I'm a
assuming you're
warden.
not. I don't know what that is.
I get rid of places that have corruption.
I feel like he's gonna try to get himself like a badge made.
He's absolutely
Definitely.
already pictured the badge in his head.
Definitely already like a thing in the back of his mind for how much what all he needs to have the badge on it. He's like, I mean, what can we tell you? I mean, what is it you need to know?
What'd you find out, Crypto?
Shenanigans have ensued.
My partner doesn't use the word shenanigans very often, and when he does, it's a whole bunch of nonsense. So what we need you to do...
Can we get like a TV series of just you two as like cops? This is great.
I watched that. Great.
Sekhmet always has an empty cup of coffee.
I don't have enough coffee for this shit. Started the day with an empty coffee mug. I know.
That's what I mean, damn it.
He does have like that Jake Peralta kind of like thing. Jake Peralta was on drugs.
Oh man.
He's like, I mean, I can show you around if you need, like, into the back and whatnot. And
Good, because your employees, by the way, are a bunch of crybabies. You yell at them a
he
little
sort
bit.
of, like, looks around. He's like, they're underage. They're part-time.
And your pizza slime
He's
almost
like
beat a
pointing to
kid.
one, this like rail thin half elf girl. He's like, look at her. She's like 15. She needed a work permit just to start. She works like 3 hours a day.
He's gonna turn and glare at her.
Yeah. After a certain point, you just see the ears. They're blood red.
Well, you're taking us on a full tour of this facility, starting with scouring the deepest parts of this kitchen to find out where you're making these pizza slimes.
You've got it, Mr. Warden, sir. And he sort of like hops off of the chair and starts stomping around and pointing out like every minuscule thing. Like he's being very sarcastic about it. Meanwhile, I believe Daiyo and Bark were heading to the fun house.
Yep.
Okay. So like when you you first woke up, it's this sort of it's got the big sign with the like goofy looking face of a laser dog or laser pup with like the tail hanging out, and there's like little neon lights all down the tongue, like it's got the laser breath. And then right next to it is this sort of like slowly turning hallway, but it has like the inside has got painted a big scroll, so it's like very disorienting when you first walk in. and you walk in and you look around, and it seems like this sort of like maze of mirrors, but like some of them, as you're sort of like walking around and have your hands up to the glass, you realize some of them are like glass instead of mirrors, and instead of seeing your reflection back, you like see weird paintings and shit behind them, and some of them has like moving stuff. Nothing quite terrifying, really. It's kind of your typical house of mirrors. Like, there are the ones that make you like freakishly tall, and you're like joking because like Barkley suddenly looks like he's 300 pounds of bone, and
Wow,
Daiyo is
it
like
looks like I need to lay off the.
feet tall.
Looks like I need to lay off the cookies. I'm getting big boned. It's going straight to the rib cage. Next one over, he's got like a Thanos jawline. He's like, "Hello, handsome."
Oh my god.
Oh no, he casts what is that cantrip? Quick Mask, and he makes himself have a purple humanoid face. Hello, handsome.
You're sort of doing that, and as you're doing that, you hear voices around the corner, and just instinctively you turn, and these two little kids, it's a human girl, maybe about like 7 or so, and a little tiny trog. You don't know the gender, you don't know the age. She is tiny, or it is tiny. It takes one look at your weird purple face and bony body, and they both scream and run.
He looks like the purple version of the mask.
Yeah, basically.
They must have been nervous. Poor kids.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of scary now. I mean, I almost showed you
I mean,
3 times already.
I am really so beautiful. It is kind of scary. I know.
Yeah.
Which, like, by the way, as you're sort of like looking around, the handful of lights in here, they're all placed at different directions. There's like one that hits Barkley straight on, and it hitting him, reflecting off the mirrors. You go blind for a half second. You're just like, okay, maybe let's move past that light because I can't see anything.
Yeah.
He's basically a disco ball in the right lighting.
Okay, maybe, yeah, putting you in a place of mirrors and light is not the best idea. So
He puts his
let's
jersey.
move.
He puts his jersey back on. Does that help?
A little bit.
A little.
Let's see, as you're sort of looking around, you do see after a certain point the funhouse goes from this like halls of mirrors sort of thing to this like weird upside down house where you're like, you walk into the room and you're like walking on the ceiling, and there's like a couch and a TV and armchairs all like fastened to the ceiling above you.
This is like my brother's room.
And sort of walking around. You do see from here another couple of parts or different places that this branches off to. As you're like, oh, okay, there's more here. Daiyo, you see something in one of the reflections out of the corner of your eye, and you're pretty certain it's not Bark, because at this point you've been trying to keep an eye on where his reflection is so that you don't get blindsided by it again. You saw something black moving very quickly.
Inside, I mean, in the reflection.
Like it's hard to tell whether it was a reflection or if it was actually in the room with you. You can make a perception check if you want.
So
Yeah.
what do these clowns look like?
He's 3 years old. He's never seen a clown before.
So it's a
He
22.
doesn't remember it. Perception 21.
22, yeah.
Nice. Okay. So before you get to that, do you want to try and explain what clowns look like to Bark?
Yeah, so as far as I know, which isn't much.
Yeah, they're not really that common a thing in some other places.
Yeah, it's like people who tries to entertain children with balloons and funny noises.
Are they short and have red hair and travel on rainbows? Because I think I've seen a clown before.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I mean, I think, as far as I know, they have like big shoes.
Oh, do they play sports?
And I don't know. Balloons are sports?
I mean, big game, you have big shoes.
I mean, but ridiculously big shoes. Annoyingly big shoes.
Like,
you know, disturbingly big shoes.
Well, how do they fit? Don't they just fall off?
I don't know. I'm not a clown.
All right, I'll look for big shoes.
Yeah, I think they also, I mean, the trademark is like the red nose.
As you're talking about the red nose, you suddenly hear that yell again of the like the kid that you heard before, and the sort of like croaking yell that gets cut off for a second, and you just see like a streak coming towards you. The two little kids, the like little human girl booking ass, and this little trog is like he's got little like cuts all over him. And they immediately bolt at you. Barkley, are you still weird? Do you still have your weird camera?
I'm still checking. I'm checking the duration of it.
Okay. They immediately go for the person that looks slightly less terrifying.
Oh, that would be
just immediately chase after Glump onto Daiyo, and they're like, the mirror, it tried to eat Blip. I don't know what's going on. And you see like this little frog, or this little trog is like sliced up all over. He's got these little like cuts all over his face. He's you don't know if Trog can cry, but you're guessing he's pretty close to it. He's like when he's holding on to you, whenever you take a step to move, he has to like peel each finger back because he's got the little sticky pads.
Oh.
Is there like a subtitle that says like worrying croak?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Let's see. Simon and Sammi, you guys out on the arcade hall, you would have heard this yell.
Oh.
If I heard children screaming, I will go in that direction.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my chain out and wrap it around my arm and go chase after her.
Okay.
I will.
Daiyo, you had done that perception check. Looking around, you see something in the corner of your eyes. It almost looks like it's something that's walking between the mirrors, like in the space between the mirrors. Like you're just catching glimpses of it, but it's not in the hallway with you. It's this like sort of oily black slinky thing, almost like a worm or a snake or some kind of drakish thing.
Okay, I will grab my gun, put the little truck behind me, aim at the mirrors, and I will say, "Stay away from her, you bitch," and I start shooting at the mirrors.
Whoa! There's children present.
Hey, Scotty, are you having flashbacks to Lost Mad Mage?
Okay, this is probably a good time for everybody to roll initiative.
Does that include Crypto and I?
I will say yes, just so that we have an idea of when you guys will be arriving.
Gotcha. Ooh, that's not good.
19.
So you want us to put it in that Excel document?
Yeah.
I just put it.
Yeah, just put in your number and then, or just tell me what it is, and I can go through and sort them. Daiyo got a 19, right?
No, I got a 19.
Okay.
I got a 10.
Okay.
For those at home, I got a 14.
Nice.
I also got a 10.
Oh, and that mask only lasts a minute, and you'd have to concentrate on it. He probably turned it off when the kids ran away.
Okay.
Thought he was too handsome, so yeah.
Daiyo and Sekhmet, you both go at 10, right?
Yeah.
You have the same dex modifier, so do a roll off. just roll a d20 and see who gets higher.
10.
I got a 7.
Okay. So Daiyo is 10 the greater.
I feel like you need a character named like Olaf the Roll-Off or something.
I approve of this.
Sam, what did Sammy get?
She got 14.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Mark and Sammy got the same as well.
Oh, roll off. Let's
We
go.
we have the same dex bonus?
Yeah.
Looking, hang on.
+2.
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
in those sheets.
Nice.
13.
11.
Okay. And Crypto, are you on there?
You're muted currently.
Oh.
Right. Sorry, my bad. I got a 3.
Okay, cool.
Crypto's just polite, you know. No, after you.
He would do that. Make sure everyone's in. And
Like to make a character that's purposely low initiative, not because he's not ready. It's just he's too polite. He just lets everybody go first.
Even the enemies.
Even the
he
enemies.
assesses the situation first.
He's like an anime protagonist, and he's just like, "Go ahead, hit me with your best attack."
Oh no! After you.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Okay, so I believe there was a 19 for Simon.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so you definitely, I will say all of you hear this gunshot go off. It will take you a round to get to them. Lluis, are you aiming specifically for the mirror or trying to hit whatever's in the mirror? Or just like blind shot?
I mean, I will try to hit whatever was moving this black thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I will say go ahead and just go ahead and make an attack roll then.
13.
Okay, that hits. And roll your damage.
11. Radiant.
Okay. Ouchie. Radiant damage. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so the mirror just explodes in a shard, in just a cloud of light, and there's this screeching sound, and all of you see this weird, like, oozy black substance, almost like just a puddle, just ooze out of the corner of the mirror, and it's like got these chunks of glass in it, and then just try and slide back in and into the mirror next to it.
That's me.
Crypto, you would be able to, you were the furthest away, so I'll say you have another round before you can get to the funhouse if there's anything that you would like to do, but you definitely just heard a gunshot go off.
Okay. Yeah, that if he would
And
definitely
there
start
are
moving that
people
way.
yelling, and
I would start
it's
pushing through any,
basically just
any
of like,
crowds.
do you want to cast a spell or something before you reach combat? Sort of thing.
Okay. Gotcha.
Sammy, you are up. It would take your movement to get to the funhouse, basically. Or probably like your movement and action to get dash to get into the funhouse and everything and see what's all going on.
Is it okay if I transform?
I mean, like, there are people here. It's definitely devolved into a panic. There's a chance like the like handful of kids that you're standing right next to would be like, hey, that girl in the blue dress is suddenly now wearing a yellow dress. But it's kind of chaotic right now.
Okay, well, and she won't, let me check something for a second. Is there a dimensions to minor illusion?
I believe
5 foot.
it's 5 foot cube. So like you could make like a small gnome child or like a dog or something like that. Anything small size.
I believe within 30 feet of 5-foot cube.
I was just thinking that maybe like she can like imagining they're ducking through the video game rows, so she might just like kneel.
You can throw up like an illusion of a curtain or something, or like
like squat down and like make an illusion of like the background, but like in front of her.
Yeah, you can do that.
I like that. That's nice.
So that way she can transform and like she'll keep heading that way under the gate, like the minor illusion.
Oh, it's like it's like the Mickey Mouse games on the Super Nintendo. Whenever you changed your outfit, a little red curtain popped up. Feels great.
But yeah, she wouldn't do it until she can see the fun house. So in the vicinity, so she transforms, goes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your go. Bark, you are up. You see this weird oozy thing that's trying to get back into another mirror. What do you want to do? There are two kids that are sort of like cowering behind you and Daiyo.
As a bonus action, snap my finger, and on the index finger is a glowing orange basketball spinning.
Mm-hmm.
And as my action, another version of me steps off right next to me.
Nice. Okay.
Ooh.
Time for a double play, and that's my turn.
Really?
Yeah. Now, action and bonus action, I don't want to move, so that's my turn.
Okay. But it gives it another target that's not a cowering child, so that's nice. And my big dumb forgot to roll for the creature. Doesn't matter, because it goes at the same time as literally goddamn everyone else.
It got a 10, 14? Oh.
It did get a 10.
What is this, the plaintiff law? Everybody gets 10s on everything?
Apparently. However, it does go first of all of the 10s. So, yeah, no, it just got shot. It is going to, there, you see that flash of movement, and Daiyo, the mirror directly next to you, just shatters in a million pieces as this weird globby black ooze thing zooms out and tries and just jabs you with a million sharp pieces of glass.
So it moves to me?
God damn it. Yeah, it does.
I shoot it. Okay, 18 to hit.
Oh, that's a hit, yeah. You do take 5 slashing damage from all of the shards of glass.
For radiant damage.
Okay. 4 radiant, you said?
Yes.
Okay. I heard 4 FOR instead of the number. That's its turn and your reaction. It is your turn.
I will shoot it again.
Go for it.
Well, first I will use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And then it's 23 to hit.
That's a big ol' hit, yeah.
Then damage, 10 damage, radiant. Hunter's Mark damage, it's the same as the weapon?
I believe so.
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you hit it again with you sort of like put your hand on your gun and say your quick incantation. And when it hits, there's this flash of light that leaves all of you blind for a second. And behind you, you see the little trog is like licking his eyeballs with his tongue. Can barely see anything, is just blinking, can't see shit. you don't see it anymore. It seems to be unmoving. There is this like viscous puddle on the ground, just filled with like all of the glass that was in this creature is just now like millions of pieces of little glitter dust. Yeah, that's your turn. Sekhmet, you are up. You would be using like your full round to get to the funhouse, unless there is something you want to do to prepare.
Yeah, he's gonna use his bonus action to pull out his. Oh, I forgot the name of the gun. So I have to jump between two different. I have to jump between Chrome and Safari in order to get all my stuff. He's gonna pull out his bolter, but in the shape of a typical police Glock, and dash through and kick open whatever doors are in his way.
Okay.
And if he manages to make it there when he kicks open the door, he's gonna shout, "Freeze, digital wardens!" at whatever.
So I'll say that you can hear that they're toward the back of this place.
What? We didn't do anything.
And you kick open the door and you yell it, and you don't see them. You can hear the sound of like this weird croaky child crying. But you can't currently see them. It would take your next movement to get into the room where they are.
Gotcha.
But you guys do hear the door kick open and hear him yell this. Top of the round, Simon, you are up.
You're currently muted.
Oh yeah.
Right then. So what do I see
You
when I arrive on the scene?
So you basically were able to get up here this turn. Looking in, you see this just it was a hall of mirrors, obviously. Now like 4 or 5 of them are just shattered or cracked or broken. There were like these spider cracks all through a bunch of them. Okay, yeah. As you're sort of like looking around, you see, of course, Bark and Daiyo sort of standing protectively in front of these 2 kids. And this weird viscous puddle of glittery black oil on the ground. And as you're sort of like looking around wondering what the hell just happened, you see movement out of the corner of your eye. It looks like another one of these creatures is in the mirror beside you.
Okay, so he's not even going to look in that direction. He's just going to track with the peripheral vision, and he's going to lash out with the chain.
Okay. Go for it. Make an attack.
Oh boy, we're starting off hot tonight. So that's going to be a 22 to hit.
That's a big ol' hit, yeah.
He's going to go ahead and hit that after image. Well, okay, so it's a 16 to hit.
That's also a hit.
Cool. Okay.
It's a mirror. It doesn't have a lot of AC.
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
PTSD.
It's fine. This character has nothing to fear.
Oh boy. Okay, well that's good because I rolled minimum. I got so 8 damage.
Okay.
All day. And then he's gonna use his bonus
what
action.
damage type is that? Piercing, slashing?
Bludgeoning.
Okay.
And he's gonna use his bonus action to try and scan whatever it was he just hit.
Okay. So you did you used after image? I don't think you can do both.
Oh no, you're right. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I don't remember whether after image was your reaction or bonus action.
It's a bonus. It is.
Okay. So you hit it, and where you hit, there's like this like writhing pain, and you can see the mirror, of course, is just like shattered. There's just like the black backdrop of the wall behind it. But as this creature sort of reels up and you can see its reflection within the mirror, you can see where you hit. There's just this line of just shattered glass. It seems like your whip was really effective against it.
Nice.
That's your turn.
Yeah.
Crypto, at this point, you guys would just you would basically be arriving at like the back door of like and hear what's going on. But you don't see anything quite yet.
Right at the door of the fun house,
Yeah.
mirrors and stuff, or whatever.
Yeah. I will say that you can probably see you can see your friends. You can see these two kids and Daiyo and Bark, but you can't see whatever it is that they're fighting or interacting with.
Two Barclays specifically.
That's not the weirdest thing so far. So he's just gonna kind of move forward and kind of catch up, see what's going on, and anything he can do.
Yeah, so you can make it the rest of the way in this room, and with your action to dash, and you see that there are you have a pretty good passive perception. You see that there is this one creature that's sort of reeling back from where Simon hit it with this weird looking whip that he has, and you see out of the corner of your eye, it looks like there's another one coming up the hallway towards where you are, seemingly trying to get behind Barkley and the kids. That's your turn, I believe, unless you've got anything else. That was move and action. Do you have any bonus actions?
Am I in can I reach anybody in particular?
You could reach out and touch Barkley or Daiyo or the kids, but not like the monsters, and not Simon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to kind of reach out and try and touch like the stock of the gun that Daiyo's holding, and I'll cast Revving Smite as a bonus action.
Oh, nice.
So for 1 minute, the weapon is imbued with magical energy, does an additional 1d4 force damage each time it strikes the target for the duration of the spell.
Nice.
Don't they stack? So like the second time it hits, it's 2d4, and then the third one 3d4.
Yep. Yeah. They stack up to 5.
You blow through spell slots a lot. That is the thing you could do.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sammi, you are now basically with your movement able to get up to here. And I believe you're transformed at this point, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can make it into this room and see what's going on with your movement and sort of look around. You see all of your friends in this room. I believe everybody's in the room now. All but Sekhmet. He's not quite in the room yet. And you see this one creature in the mirror, this weird, like, goopy black substance that has these glass shards in it that's sort of glittering and swirling around. And looks like it's really mad. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try to hit it with my mirror burst.
Okay. Is that a ranged attack or
It's a ranged attack. It's a
okay.
I mean, it's like a reflecting mirror kind of thing, like in my mind, but like I use it as a range.
Okay. So go ahead and roll.
That's a 21.
That's a hit, yeah.
Yay!
Everyone's getting their 20 plus to hit.
I know. You had that one right at the beginning of the game, and that was as low as you rolled. Okay, no, that's a lie. I'm pretty sure somebody got like a 3 deception.
Oh yeah.
And I got 11 damage on it.
What type damage?
I believe it's force.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
And if I can, I'm gonna use my movement to stand in front of the children.
Okay.
You're standing between the two Barclays. There's like a 5-foot square gap between us.
I just turn and be like,
So you hit this thing and it sort of like reels back, and the like sound of it roaring just sounds like glass scraping against each other. It's really unsettling. This weird like gurgling noise, and then that glass on glass sound. That's your turn. Bark, you are up.
From the 3-point line, tosses the basketball, and the other one also tosses a basketball as a bonus action. So two mirrored basketballs. Go. So first one will be a whopping 12.
To hit?
Yeah.
That hits.
And the second one is higher. So that hits. much does that do? The second attack is psychic. I don't know if it's
Nice. Okay.
immune to that or anything. But the first one's normal bludgeoning, non-magical bludgeoning.
Okay.
So, 5 bludgeoning.
Mhm.
And ooh, wow. 5 psychic.
Nice. Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, so you yell that and you both throw your like hollow balls. And both of them like hit the mirror at the same time and just merge with it. And for a half second, you're almost sure that you saw the reflection of your hologram in this mirror before it hits this thing dead, and what you're assuming is a face because the teeth were sort of the like glass were opening up in like a mall shape, and it just takes the energy in its face and just turns to dust. All of the glass around its face just sort of shattering, and the image of it sort of like fades within the mirror. You can't see it on the ground or anything, but it looks like it's gone. That's your turn. The remaining one, is gonna turn around and try and make a swipe at Monzo Crypto because you were the closest it can see. And it is going to come at you with a claw and a bite. That's a
For its first attack, suddenly 2 more, as my reaction, 2 more Barkleys appear.
What?
One has a goatee, and the other one has a big curly mustache. And they're like, "Oh, my, that's such a terrible attack. Yes, I agree. Maybe he should eat the more spaghetti." And it gets a -1 as I cast Peanut Gallery as a reaction.
Fuck!
Okay.
This is a worthless cantrip, but I'm going to make the best out of it, damn it.
So that takes it from a 17 to a 16 to hit you, Crypto.
Did that help?
That's a 16 hit.
I have a 15 AC.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I use my fudge reality to move that down a little bit? I'm going to use my reaction and spend a code point.
Yeah, go for it.
Double debuff.
Yeah, that's the thing you can do.
All right, I'm going to throw a d4, and that was a 2. So his attack score decreases by 2.
Yeah, so you turned a 17 to a 16 to now a 14, which misses, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically this thing comes at you just snarling, and it's coming straight for your throat. And Barkley, just out of the corner of his eye, turns around and starts bitch talking this thing. And it's sort of looking at him like not really understanding what's going on until behind you, Simon just sort of like focuses. He closes his eyes for a second. And when this thing takes that, lunges in for that bite, it just so happened that there was another piece of like that glass that had fallen, and it trips over it and just like eats shit in front of you and sort of just flails around and comes back up into the air, this sort of like swirling mass of goop and glass. But it failed to hit you with both attacks. Daiyo, it is your turn.
Okay, so this one is doesn't have the hunter's mark, right?
No, but you can use your bonus action to move it.
Yeah. No. Okay. I will attack first. So it's 21.
That's a hit. Yeah.
So as a bonus action, I will use my elemental specialty to add D10 frost damage. It's a lot of dice now, quite.
Hunter's Mark plus Revving Strike.
No, it doesn't have. It doesn't have Hunter's Mark.
Oh, well, you can, if you wanted to, you can use your bonus action to move it. Oh no, you're using that to do your elemental strike.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Still 3 things.
It's still.
So it's 13 radiant and 6 frost or frozen or ice or I don't know.
Okay.
I think they call it cold in fifth.
Cold. So none of the ones I said.
It's okay. It's good enough. Yeah, no, it is not happy with you. Okay. That's your turn, I believe.
Yeah.
Sekhmet, it's your turn. You can basically at this point run up and with your movement get to see this group of wait. How long does Peanut Gallery last? Are your like 4 illusions still standing there, or is it just the 2 of you again, Barkley?
I think it's just that one thing.
No, it's just instantaneous. It just happens.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming it's not there anymore.
Yeah. So basically, you walk into this hallway filled with mirrors, and like you know that it's only your friends there. And you're pretty sure that second Barkley is an illusion, but with the mirrors, it looks like there's like 40 of these guys. This room looks crowded as shit. The rest of you are probably getting tunnel vision because it looks like the image of Barkley just keeps expanding and shrinking back again, and it's even more magnified because of the mirrors. The only difference is the facial hair.
I am in my element.
I feel like I'm having a stroke.
Sekhmet's eyes go a little bit wide. And looks at the glass creature, and he's kind of wobbles a little bit, and then just starts opening fire. Just
go for it.
I like how everyone else is using guns and shit.
I have a staff.
That's going to be a 24 to hit.
That's a hit, yeah.
Where is it? There it is. And that's going to be 4 damage. And
what type damage is this?
piercing.
Okay.
Then as a bonus, he's going to flick out his left hand and what should I make? To make another bolter appear, but he's going to make this one, seeing that it's glass, he's going to make it acid.
Okay.
And that's his turn.
Okay. Top of the round, Simon, you were up. It looks like there's only one of these things. However, it's like you have a lot of people between you and it. If you have ranged something, you might be able to get a shot at it. But I will say that it probably has at least half cover from your friends because there's like a shit ton of you, and it came at you guys from the back, and you were coming from the front.
So essentially, there's just like 5 to 6 people around it kicking it while it's down, is what you're telling me.
Basically, I mean, it's not down, it didn't fall prone, but yeah, there are 5 people shooting at, kicking, and stabbing it.
No nightmares for us.
So what are you doing, Simon?
Well, okay. I guess with nothing else really to do, I'm gonna holler for somebody to get the kids out of here. And then I'm gonna whip it good.
Children don't watch.
Okay.
Since I can add an extra sense to my other illusion because of the kind of Holoknight I am, you hear from that one, whip it good.
Nice. 17 to hit on the first one. I'm gonna go ahead and use after image, and that's gonna be a 16.
Both of those hit, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll for those 2, and if it doesn't die, I'm gonna go ahead and use higher contrast.
It does not look well.
Okay.
I had a saturation levels.
Ah! All right, well, that's gonna be 12 damage so far.
Yeah, okay.
12 bludgeoning. So if it doesn't shatter with that, I'm gonna go for the extra point. And
yeah, you sort of just instinctually yell, "Get the kids out of here!" and lash out, and like all of your friends sort of just part like the Red Sea, and where this thing first hits, it just rips across the this creature, and every shard of glass that it touches just turns to dust and just shatters into a million pieces. You guys are probably going to be picking those sharp ass uncomfortable pieces out of your clothes for a couple of days, but when the whip falls slack, this creature just falls into that puddle again and seems to be unmoving. Daiyo, you sort of take a step back out of the gook and find that trog is now like clinging to your thigh with all limbs and is just
Aw.
sticking with the little grapple fingers.
It's so moist.
But so are you. It should be
It
fine.
is, because it's got that like little tiny bit of frog slime, but it's also bleeding a little bit.
Oh no!
And it's a kid, so God knows what kind of candy and soda it has on its hands already.
I'll grab it in my hands.
Yeah, so you guys can easily sort of get out of here after all of this. You look around and you don't see anything moving anymore. You also don't really see that many more mirrors in this hallway. This hall of mirrors is probably going to be under construction for a while.
If the kids are hurt, I will give them healing kiss.
Okay.
Just, like little mom kissing.
Okay. Are you using a spell or your
Yeah.
healing hands thing or what?
Yeah, my healing hands.
Okay.
Wait,
You sort of do that, and the little frog is sort of like just trembling, and you kiss him, and it's a little weird because you've never seen a trog blush before, but there's like this deepening green in the cheeks, and it just sort of like goes from Daiyo and like clings on to grab your arm and just sort of like glumps and sticks to you instead. He's like holding you with one arm, but the rest of him is just like sticking to the side of your dress.
That's okay. I will make sure they're okay and tell them maybe you shouldn't come to your cave for a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
And just
Yeah.
pat them on the head.
And you can easily sort of usher them out. And by this point, it looks like pretty much this entire place is cleared out. You do see a handful of adults that sort of seem to be looking around and like shoving out kids that seemed to like they were hiding or like they were stalling behind. You do definitely see pretty much all the staff are on the floor doing damage control, trying to make sure that the kids are making it out. Just sort of like looking around trying to figure out what the hell just happened.
And
You do see
Sammy,
that gnome off in the corner on like the walkie-talkie, just yelling his head off.
I'll turn to Samek and I'll be like, which one of these is in charge?
Sekhmet's gonna already be like, he's dropped his guns, already stomping towards the gnome.
Don't follow him.
Okay.
His guns are just on the ground. They fade away after a round, but he just drops them whenever he's done using them.
For those wondering, that is what they just thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
slightly revamped from what it is in the in Test Wave 2, but yeah.
you said we all have like smartphones, right? Equivalent?
Yeah.
Okay. Barkley's in the room and he's taking selfies purposely with like before they get destroyed in the background, and he's posting things on InstaSlam.
God damn it.
Looks like, and it says like in the text down below on the picture, like looks like I couldn't handle my good looks.
Sekhmet likes it.
his account is
Angry power walking to the gnome. Oh dang, Barkley has posted. Like
the account is Slamin Dude 95. People have confused it for other things, and he had to keep correcting them about it.
Oh my god.
So when you make it over into this gnome, you can see he is like bright red in the face. He is very clearly not happy. And he's sort of like, as you guys pull up, he's like, I don't give a shit, man. You got to get here. Fine, whatever. And he just like really angrily like hangs up. Looks like he's ready to throw the thing. He's
You
like,
bringing your bosses down here?
Corporate should be on their way. I don't know why they're dragging their damn feet. He's sort of like looking around and he's like, look, I'll be honest, man. Corporates, they're not going to shut this place down unless they're forced to. But hopefully you guys
killed several children. A kid is missing and you're saying that this is not you shouldn't shut this place down?
He's gonna turn to Aya and go, it's all right. Or he's gonna turn to Sammi and go, it's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna handle this.
Aya don't know.
He's gonna turn back. I have half a mind to shut this place down myself.
It's just like very angry, like
he says, he's like, look, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's not my decision. It's from higher people up from me. I perfectly understand if you're going to shut it down, but unless you have any kind of legal authority, they're just going to open it up tomorrow. I hope that whatever the hell badge you flashed at, the cashier is actually worth a damn, because there's something going on here, and it's bigger than what we can handle, and clearly bigger than what the police can handle, at least because corporates, I don't know, probably got like some legal bullshit jargon saying they can't just come in whenever they want. But apparently you guys don't have those limitations.
That's right.
Then I don't need to know about it.
So I just want to say, out of character, there's no badge. There's not even an ID card in the thing. He
doesn't know that. He literally just saw you. He just heard about that. He didn't even forget.
Yeah.
And you literally flashed it at a disinterested teenager after scaring the shit out of her.
Maybe just like gives you a quick like, what badge?
Actually, how legal is our job? I mean, it's not very legal, right?
I mean,
it's as legal as like he can bully people into believing it.
Yeah. But he sort of is like, he'll be the
The fact that this place would even keep running is, puts on shades, a miracle.
Oh.
Sekhmet's gonna pull out his phone, open up
Bad
Insta
reflection on you.
you
Killed Lluis.
So you two say that, and like the one little kid, the little human kid, is just like, what? The Trog starts laughing and hiccuping at the same time.
I would like to like sleight of hand and just like mule kick the mirror behind me as if to say that joke was so bad it broke the mirror.
Go for it.
So while this is happening, Sekhmet's pulled up his phone and disliked the
Unfollow.
It doesn't make much of a difference. It's already got like 70 likes.
I rolled a 2, so I think I missed the mirror. And I'm pretty sure I missed the mirror entirely. So
yeah, pretty much. You're just a little distracted by all of the chaos that's going on.
Oh my god. Are we sure there's nothing more around here that could be, dangerous? I mean, we just found a bunch of damn mirror monsters. Yeah.
Well,
Is that a
ball pit?
Is that a swirling? Yeah, I was about to say, is that a swirling whirlpool at the center of the ball pit? I'm joking. I just like to imagine.
I mean,
it's
like,
just this.
It's a ball pit. Like inherently, as adults, you look at it and you're like, "That's probably got so many germs in it. That's impossible to disinfect."
I'm immune.
But it
Opposite.
doesn't really look like anything is wrong with it, at least from the surface.
I hop in.
The gnome sort of looks at you and he's like, like you guys can wait for the corporate manager to show up. I don't know when he's going to be here, though. You might... I don't know if you want to wait for him or if you guys were just going to go and deal with him later.
I
Oh,
we're
so
gonna say I don't want any other children to literally get killed here.
Well, no, I
Oh,
mean, like, if
don't
you wanted to
worry.
wait here, obviously all the kids are out.
don't worry, Sammy. They might minorly maul a waitress. It's just a minor issue.
She gets his face like she's gonna start shit.
He's gonna crouch down and look the gnome right in the face. If I see a damn animatronic, I'm shooting it in the face. I don't want any of that haunted shit around here.
Skull pops out of the ball pit. Wow, it's deeper than I thought.
The gnome sort of like shrugs and he's like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. We have them. They're here in the building. And as you're sort of saying that, you hear from across the way, coming out of like the nearest door that leads to the back of the building where like the staff hang out, obviously, the sort of thud, these heavy footsteps.
Sekhmet has his gun out, acid,
and coming through the doorway, you see this massive, like 9 foot tall shadow appear that sort of thud steps out, and stomping into the room is this fuzzy green animatronic wearing like a party hat and carrying a guitar. Stop, takes 2 more steps towards you, and it's like 9 feet tall. The top of Sammy's head only about reaches its shoulders. The rest of you reach like its midsection. Daiyo, the top of your head is like its thighs.
Yeah.
And it takes that last step towards you, and there's this like glitch, and where the party hat was is now this set of horns that curl up, and the fur is peeled back to reveal like the metal skeleton underneath, and the guitar is now a spiked great club.
Nope, don't
And
like
we'll
that.
pick up next time.
Sammy stands in position like, bring it on.
I do want to say that as soon as that animatronic entered the room, he would have shot it. Like,
Oh yeah. I will say it's not in melee with you quite yet.
2 Barclays appear behind it.
So go ahead and mark down what hit points you guys are at and like what abilities you've used and stuff like that, so you know for next time.
Okay.
Okay, used one.
And next time you guys are going to be encountering the greater animatronic horror.
Great.
he's not. Neither me or Sekhmet are fans of this.
Don't have.
I'm so excited.
Don't
I have a picture of what it looks like somewhere.
Luckily, none of us have are made of cheese, or we would have got graded.
Oh, God damn it.
Can I dislike a
It's like a sentence in real life.
Why isn't there a dislike button on this social media app?
How do you delete another person's words?
Sorry, it was a little cheesy.
Oh, God damn it. When it loads.
The jokes just come Parmesan and on.
Okay, that's it. I quit.
This doesn't do that anymore.
That is the lovely art via Lluis,
Oh,
the animatronic horror.
Thanks for
in
that,
all its
Lluis.
greatness.
Thank you.
I regret so much drawing all this.
I don't know. It's pretty Gouda.
You never thought you'd have to face your own creations, did you?
Yeah, I
Set
mean,
it up.
I just hope that we get the sexier versions later.
Why?
I mean, it seems it's going to happen. So
I mean, do we really have to fuck everything?
Hey, Sammy doesn't. She's a good bean.
I'm going to regret so much the wolf I did today.
I'm sorry, smooch. We're not doing F-bombs on this channel this session, right? Smooch.
It's PG-13. You're allowed 1 F-bomb per session.
It's true.
May as well use it. The episode's over.
I got mature content ticked on,
Just
so
like-
we can swear
Just
all we want.
behind Sammy, the little troll goes, "Ow, fuck!"
But when a kid does it, it's cute. So
Oh yeah, but no, that means that they learned it from us.
But the hardest thing is to not crack up when my 3-year-old son drops an F-bomb. It's the hardest thing.
One of my favorite old internet videos is like this toddler being like, "Where's my money, MFer?"
Oh, she's throwing
Yes,
the doll.
that's
Oh,
with
God.
Will Ferrell and his daughter.
That's what it was.
God,
Yeah, so that was a blast. You guys are awesome.
I
My
think
face hurts.
I think we shattered
Oh,
oh my God. I might shoot Barkley.
these are
Obligated to tell Kevin to pick on your character tomorrow morning.
these are pun shades, so I'm gonna put them over here.
Playing Slim, so
They're-
you'll have
Listen,
plenty of
They're
chances.
they're from the CSI Pun Amy series. That
Listen,
you guys probably
I'm
watched.
I'm sick of being punished like this.
We're gonna have to punt
so-
this until next week.
So, as we're wrapping up, does anybody have any announcements? Go ahead and start with Aya then.
Hey everybody, you can find me playing a completely different character, although a very good being on Power Scores RPG Dungeon Academy on 7:30 on Sundays. It's super fun, and we're gonna be starting a new adventure this week. So join us there. 6:30, not 7:30. This is 7:30. And then Written in Stone is definitely going to be coming back real soon, and it's going to be really fun. There's cows involved. It's all good.
Moo.
Moo.
Um,
That's all I have.
Reese, you got anything?
No, nothing. Nothing really. I mean, if you want to go to Repieces on Twitter and like that my post of like one revealing thing about my character, you can go do that.
Yeah, I think a bunch of you guys did that. It was really cool. I've been taking notes.
that's it.
Print out of it and make some money off.
Jesse, you want to go next?
I don't really have anything else happening this week except for Sunday when we get together for the Waterdeep campaign.
Yeah, when we go fight Troll Shun, because that's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
Yeah.
Troll Shun.
Yeah, yeah, no, there's a whole thing. Apparently, Manshun got turned into a troll somehow.
One of them did.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a clone. It's weird. He's weird.
Eh.
I don't know
magic.
whether or not what guest characters we have with us. I know we'll be maybe picking up another regular. And I don't know whether Florian will be able to be with us or not. But yeah, we'll be there. It'll be awesome.
I'm sorry, I had technical difficulties for just a moment. We had a black screen for a little bit. I was trying to set up something, and it
Oh, shit.
messed with the live stuff. So, Lluis's plug. Follow him on Twitter. He draws really sexy things,
Mhm.
and I think that's the only one that got cut off. I apologize.
Thanks for letting us know. Yeah, so Dragon Heist Sunday, it's 10 a.m. now, right?
And I believe that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Morgan, you got anything?
I'm a very tired man, but
I feel that.
You're almost restless.
yeah, no.
God
I'm
damn
like-
it! Where are those shades?
More so
Get them
now.
out of here.
That was an illegal
Alright.
pun, sir.
Chuck those, man. Just feed them to Garfield.
No, there's the stream that I keep forgetting to post the link to, the Critical Role stream on Mondays. Trying to get into streaming a game, but trying to see how well my Mac can do it. If
Mhm.
so, it's going to be on Wednesdays at some time. We haven't decided yet. If not, I guess you won't see it. Then, yeah, there's the post a like. I'll post another revealing thing about Sekhmet and all the things he doesn't want anyone to know. Just put them up on Twitter.
Yeah, nobody can see them there.
Yeah.
It's fine. Totally
It's a-
secret.
It's an online diary, right?
I
No
know,
one
yeah,
knows
yeah.
these adventures.
Completely confidential.
Yeah. Other than that,
Um,
I'm a relatively boring person.
hilarious in game though. That whole
Yeah.
bit with Sekhmet and Crypto, some of the
It's,
best
yeah.
RP I've seen in ages. I literally, my face hurt during that part.
Ow! My random stone kids can give you a run for their money.
Scotty, what about you?
Well, you can see more of this amazing show on my YouTube channel under the same name, Scotty Hood. If you look up Retroverse, you're probably going to find the trailer for the Retroverse Kickstarter and my shows. So that would be. I'm sure there's other shows that upload their stuff on YouTube. I'm not sure, but you can find this re-uploaded there. Since I actually have a Patreon supporter, I wanted to thank Patreon supporter and for just getting whatever they could give a month. I don't care. It's just the fact that they wanted to do that, I greatly appreciate. Tomorrow, I don't think we mentioned Tranquil Sea yet.
We didn't. I'm super excited. We're gonna kill a definitely not a Hell Knight.
Oh, or a Death Knight. Or Death.
That's the one. Whichever. I don't know.
What about Sunday?
Super rude because he interrupted my legend lore on him. Tried to sit down and cast a 10-minute legend lore spell because I failed my in real life insight check. It was a mistake.
The group.
How dare he attack you when you're vulnerable?
I know. Like literally, my character trusted him so much I sat my ass down on the floor cross-legged to start casting a 10-minute spell. And he's like, I'm gonna wait just long enough where you lose the spell and then I smack you.
The group is in a Chult that is post Death Curse. And they're trying to fix all the wrongs in Chult, including bringing back the lost city of Mesro. So they're on their way to the Shadowfell to try to fix that.
Yeah.
So that'll be
It's
tomorrow,
super fun.
7 o'clock Eastern Standard on this channel.
Yeah, we start a little earlier than on Fridays.
And then next week,
Next week's the Corruption Campaign.
the
That's right.
garbage campaign.
This is the good
I'm
beans.
just
and
surprised I
the-
made that Trog so damn cute. I can't wait to see your Trog next time, Scotty.
Yeah, he's not cute at all.
He's hilarious. I love him.
He's so funny though.
He literally lays in trash. That's like his nest. He like makes a nest out of trash.
I really
That's why I said garbage campaign.
I really want and Simon to meet because he speaks Trog, and I just wanted to have an occasion to actually use it.
There's a baby Trog right here.
Yeah, but you can only say so many
We
things.
can have a conversation with a child.
I mean, not much further than.
The other thing is, you are not entirely sure how old this kid is. Trog age weirdly. A lot of Retroverse creatures age at different rates that don't necessarily make sense to humans.
The kid's probably a few months old. When I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they tend to live fast and die young.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah.
best way to live.
It's true. Yeah. So I think that's everything. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. And then some of you will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right,
Good night, everyone.
Bye.